And welcome into Lake Norman Charter High School, the home of the Knights, as we have some non-conference women's basketball action here in the first game of a doubleheader here on the season opener. I'm Zane Metz. Alongside me is Davis Solomonson, as the matchup on hand tonight is the visiting Christ the King Crusaders against your Lake Norman Charter Knights. So Davis, for both teams trying to get a good first impression, what are you expecting to see out of the Lady Knights tonight?
I know the Lady Knights have really been working this season on senior leadership and kind of, not being selfish with the ball, really valuing their offense, valuing possession. So we expect to see it on the court tonight. And I'm sure CTK's defense will have a perfect kind of mano-a-mano to that. So
as we see the Crusaders, they will win the tip-off. And we are underway this evening, getting stuff off early. Up, no good, rebounded by the Knights. That's Caroline Mercury, and number 20 on the board. She'll go the other way.
Oh.
Reese Long up and around, no good. Rebounded by the Crusaders. Just a quick start so far.
Oh, she lost it. Reese Long
gets it back in the corner. She doesn't have numbers, now trapped in the corner. And it will be Knights ball. She was guarded right there by Broda, the senior. Good defense on Long in the corner, but the Knights retain possession.
And you saw there by Caroline Mercury, really one of the more aggressive players on defense and offense. One of the big playmakers this season, I know especially. And the Knights actually do have a lot of offensive weapons. They have the sophomore who was a star freshman, Abby Courtney, as well as her sister, Lucy Courtney, the senior. And I'm excited to see how they've developed in the offseason to, come out for this home opener.
As Long was on the rebound right there. That's her second of the evening. Mercury now with the ball up top. And over to Lucy Courtney, back into Mercury. Double team, Reese Long, corner three. No good. Rebounded by the Crusaders, but looks like it's going to stay Knights ball as it goes kind of off the kneecap of number 1. That's Lucy Gorman for the Crusaders, a freshman.
Heads up play there by Abby Courtney, really trying to, stop that full man ride.
So inbounding in the corner will be Abby Courtney. Into his sister Lucy, now back to Abby. She's an open three look. Up, air ball, no good. And kept inbound by Reese Long, but it does touch the end line. It's going to be Crusaders ball.
That's what you kind of expect from a season opener, just knocking off the rust a little bit, kind of getting into your shooting form, really feeling comfortable on offense and on defense. Knights actually showing a lot of sparks to some great ball movement. That's really interesting to see.
Crusaders now coming towards the Knights in the post, working layup, no good. Fighting around for it on the ground. May it be a jump ball? Yes, it's going to be. It'll be Knights possession. Good work right there from Abby Courtney, getting dirty on the ground. And the Knights will be going the other way. Still looking for our first points here in the first quarter. 6:45 left, 0-0 ball game. So Abby Courtney, the 5'6" sophomore, towards the halfway line. It's going to take it away, but back by Lucy. Now to Reese Long. Pass the inside, Caroline Mercury. Pull-up jumper, up, around, no good. Ball on the ground, Reese Long gets it. She has to find a teammate, can't get up. Out to Caroline Mercury. Back to Long, corner three, her second three of the night off the side of the backboard. Crusaders now going the other way. We see them driving in, back out, swinging the ball around. Three ball up from Gorman. Off the back iron, no good. Rebound by Gorman again. That's her sister, as we see two sister matchups in this game. Audrey Gorman, another Gorman out there for the Crusaders. Out to Lucy Gorman, the freshman, passes it inside. Good defense right here for the Knights. Mercury trying to get the steal, no good. The shot, rebound by Abby Courtney. Now the Knights going the other way. Reese Long and number 1 is going to be the primary ball handler. Abby Courtney, corner three, up and good. That's the first points of your evening, is a corner three by the sophomore Abby Courtney.
Abby Courtney, she was a freshman last year, really made a statement, was really one of the hardest working players on the team, obviously led by the leadership of her junior at the time sister Lucy. And they've really been developing this offseason, you can tell.
As that is up and off the back iron, good from Anna Haynes, the freshman. 2 starting freshmen in this lineup for the Christ the King Crusaders. Courtney drives in, loses it, trying to find it on the ground. 2 Crusaders guarding her. It's going to be a jump ball going back to the team in blue.
They're knocking off the rust. This is, the first game since the offseason, and both teams really just looking to kind of get into their scoring groove, and now we're going to see it start picking up, hopefully.
So Lucy Gorman bringing the ball up, guarded by Long. Now inside to Anna Haynes. And that's going to be a travel on Haynes.
We see Maggie Kerr as the freshman guard, really able to get physical on that defense and force that travel. Again, younger players really been the pinnacle of the Lady Knights season so far, especially last year. Just developing. Ooh.
As Long can't keep the ball in, it's going to be Crusaders' ball. So it's a 3-2 ball game, 4:48 here in the first quarter. Lucy Corman, taken away by Reese Long. She'll be going the other way. Double team, fighting for it on the ground. Can't keep it in, but good hustle by Rosie Corman.
Reese Long, one of the big impact players last year, obviously suffered that season-ending injury. But, now she's ready to come back with a vengeance and hopefully put up some big numbers tonight for the Knights.
Has a nice 18-footer right there by Caroline Mercury. It's a 5-2 ball game. Up. And that is a travel right there. So Mercury will inbound to Courtney. And checking in, Addison Pierce, the sophomore for the Crusaders. 5-2 ball game, 4:13 here in the first quarter. Taken away, now going the other way. Up and foul. That's a hard foul right there from Mercury. And going to the line to shoot two will be Rosie Gorman.
That's some 90 ball right there.
I think me and you were having that exact argument. We were having the MJ and LeBron debate, talking about how the game is, that's a different
more
back
physical,
then.
yeah.
I mean.
Saw some flash of that right now. Get picked up and just brought down.
The first one up and no good. 4:09 here left in the first quarter. 5-2 lead in favor of Charter. As we did see a substitution, Maggie Kurtz, the freshman, coming in for Lucy Courtney. So both sides have made some substitutions. As we do see right there, the freshman Kurtz with the ball. She's going to get fouled.
We talked to Porter the other day. He really talked about Kurtz and how hard she's working off ball. This is only, her third year playing the game professionally. And she's, as Porter said, she's really just one of the hardest workers on the team. She won't give up on those easy points. And she's able to kind of force the offense to make some hard decisions.
That bucket right there moves the game to 7-3. Lucy Courtney on the bucket right there. Driving in. Up and no good. That one shot right there from Audrey Gorman. The Crusaders still fighting for it, and it will be good. Moves it to a 7-5 ball game. The score and pick it up here now a little bit towards the tail half of the first quarter. Abby Courtney getting trapped out to Mercury. Now to Reese Long. Good pass in the corner. Courtney, jumper, no good. And the Knights fighting for it. Ball on the ground. No one can claim it. It's going to be a jump ball, and I believe the arrow is in favor of the Knights.
Very physical game so far. Obviously, for the season opener, I think both teams really want to make a statement with this this win. Obviously, a CTK, Lickingham, and Charter. There's a little bit of a rivalry there, both being the Knights, obviously. So, both teams just really bringing the intensity that you hope to see in one of these Friday night light basketball games.
Up and good from Reese Long. As these teams, both located in Huntersville, separated from about a 15-minute drive. Addison Pierce will lose the ball, and possession will go back to the Knights. So we'll see the sophomore Courtney dribble it up. 9-5 ball game, 2:59 here in the first quarter. Mercury, corner three, up, no good off the back iron, rebounded by Long, tipped and out of bounds. It's going to stay Knights possession. So Abby Courtney will be the inbounder. See what the Knights have play-wise right here. Courtney in the corner, now to Long, getting double team cross court pass to Abby Courtney. She's going to shoot the three, no good. Rebounded by Reese Long. The Knights have been good on the board so far tonight. Courtney gets blocked. And they're going to call that a foul. A foul charged on Claire Broda. And we'll see Abby Courtney go to the line for her first 2 free throws of this young season. First one up and no good off the back iron. As Davis, we saw this team really develop last year, going from a team that was kind of consistently 20-win seasons to single-digit wins last year. A lot of new faces and new places, but this year, Coach Porter feels like they really are going to build on something they had last season and kind of move forward.
Yeah, I mean, Coach Porter is definitely, when we interviewed him the other day, he was talking about how even though this is still a younger team, they've had the whole offseason develop. They've all been able to work with each other. And yeah, a young team might be kind of intimidating, but the more you think about it, the more you think, oh, well, they have time to develop together. They have time to develop these plays, to develop these relationships. That's really important in a winning team.
That travel charge on Lucy Gorman, corner 3. That one was blocked, shot by Sam Colino, the freshman. Crusaders now going the other way. Soar with the ball. Good defense by the Knights. Double team now. Pull-up jumper, no good. And the Crusaders stick with it. Another pull-up, Jay. Up and no good once again. The Crusaders keeping possession alive, though. 2 offensive rebounds in this possession alone. Another shot by the Crusaders, no good. Finally rebound by the Knights. That one by Reese Long, probably her 4th or 5th rebound right here in the first quarter. Long now bringing it up. Back to Long, top of the key, good pump fake, drives in, floater up and no good. The Knights looking for the foul, but the Knights keep this possession alive. Courtney, she's fouled on the 3 ball, and will go to the line to shoot 3 freebies. So now Lucy Courtney will go to the line after her younger sister Abby went a couple possessions ago. Reese Long, a player that only played about 5 or 6 games due to an ankle injury, but good to see her back this year. And she's going to be a pivotal part in that backcourt with her and Abby Courtney.
Yeah, I mean, Long was one of the hardest workers last season. Obviously, only played a handful of games, but you can just tell on the court she's brought that intensity that you really feel like you needed, especially with a team last year that didn't have the kind of strong senior leadership that you would expect. As a sophomore, she was able to bring that and really elevate the level of play.
First one is good by Lucy Courtney.
We'll see a sub in number 32 coming in for number 5, Rosie Gorman. Oh, the 2 sisters subbing in for each other.
Yeah, I mean, we have 3 Gormans on this roster for Christ the King. Lucy, who's a freshman, Rosie, a sophomore, and Audrey, a senior. I guess Mr. and Mrs. Gorman are happy to see their 3 girls out there. Reese Long gets her hands in the passing lanes and does it once again. It stays Crusaders' ball, but the Knights have hold Christ the King to only 5 points here in the first quarter with 1:27 left.
Reese Long there really just staying aggressive on defense, not letting him get a lot of easy passes. You can especially see the CTK Knights are really thriving on that off-ball movement, trying to find the open man and just get those easy throw-up jumpers.
As Anna Haynes was fouled going to the bucket. So she will go to the line to shoot 2. Christ the King with a new coach this season, Jen Gorman, will be ahead.
Oh, so the mom is...
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow. Now you just made that connection for me. There you go. So you got 3 Gormans on the court and 1 leading the charge on the bench.
You think they drive one big minivan to all the games?
I mean, you'd have to maybe Coach Gorman's driving the bus for the team.
It's like the Brady Bunch.
Abby Courtney drives in, now passes it back out to Reese Long. Pump fake, a cross-court pass to Courtney. Clock now about a minute to go here in the first quarter. Lucy Courtney drives in, back out to Colanito. Reese Long corner. She's took 2 corner 3 so far. Hasn't been able to connect, and she's going to get fouled on her way to the hoop. But I believe the foul is going to be on the floor.
Really foul-heavy game in this first quarter. I mean, obviously a lot of aggression. Maybe a little of that is some sloppy play. It's the first game of the season, but...
And the Knights are in the bonus, so Reese Long will go to the line. And I agree with that. First game of the season, it's going to be a little bit sloppy. Both teams, especially with, a new coach for Christ the King and so many new girls, a new starting 5 for Lake Norman Charter. You're going to get kind of that rust and that sloppiness. But I feel like as we go deeper into this game, you're going to see both teams kind of settle in more, especially the Knights. As if they were able to build a kind of lead, they're going to have that confidence going into the second half.
I mean, the Knights I feel like they have one of the best organized offense. They're really good at getting those cross-court passes, finding, maybe the higher IQ that you wouldn't expect from a team with such young players. But Coach Porter, an incredible coach, he really motivates these girls to just do their best. And I'm really excited to see how they develop this season.
That was an errant pass right there from the Crusaders, so the Knights will have the ball going the other way. Clock now at 45 seconds. And that's going to be a backcourt violation. Unforced turnover, something that you just don't want to see early in the season, but something that eventually will happen for both ball clubs. So Lucy Gorman, the freshman, bringing the ball up, guarded by Long. Now over to Audrey Gorman, her big sister, stolen away from Reese Long, and she's going the other way, a 2-on-3 fast break. And it's going to be a blocking foul on the Crusaders. Reese Long will go to the line to shoot 2.
Gosh, Risha Long has just been dominant on defense in this first quarter. I mean, she had that blocked pass. She's really just getting in the passing lane, getting her hands in there, and just playing aggressive. And that's what you love to see.
Here comes the first one from Long, up and good. It's a 13-6 game now here in the first quarter. 27.7 seconds left. As we will see a substitution as Taylor Paul, the 5'5 senior, coming into the game for the Crusaders. And actually, never mind. The refs tricked her out right there.
No.
So the second one coming from Long. 4 dribbles, up, and no good off the back iron. Crusaders will be going the other way. They have some time here, 25 seconds. Up court, stolen away from Courtney. Gets her hand in there, but couldn't keep it in bounds. So now Taylor Paul does come in. And Reese Long coming out for the Knights as Sarah Negrete sporting that number 11 into the game for the final 25 seconds.
Negrete, another one of those freshman role players last year. I'm sure she's really been developing the offseason to kind of have more of an impactful role. But you see a lot of sophomores and juniors on this roster. Last year, no senior on the Lady Knights basketball team. So that just gives this team time to develop with each other, to grow with each other. And that'll translate into this season, I'm sure.
Yeah, and you got to imagine, I mean, this season they only have one senior, and that being Lucy Courtney, as Anna Brackett and Toba McGlynn decided not to come back with the team this year. So only one senior. So it's still a very young Knights ball club. The second one is up and good from the Crusaders. 13-7 game, 13.3 seconds left. Abby Courtney taking her time and brings it past the halfway line. The Knights with 5 seconds here. That's going to stay Knights ball. We'll see what Coach Porter has play-wise. Not much time left. 3 ball, top of the key, up and no good. And that's going to be all she wrote for the first quarter of play. 13-7 game. We'll be back here in just a moment from Lake Norman Charter High School. Back here for the second quarter of play, 13-7 game in favor of your Knights. As a travel right there from the Crusaders will give the ball back to your Lady Knights.
See Abby dribble it up the court. Inbounded by her sister, Courtney. Lucy.
Abby with the ball. Going around over to Negrete, looking for a pass. Now over to Abby Courtney. Drives in, up, no good. Rebounded by the Crusaders, no good the other way. Gorman with the ball, top of the key, fakes the pass. Now finds Audrey Gorman. Inside, good defense from the Lady Knights. Up and good off the glass. Good old school basketball right there from Clara Borda. Colanito with the ball. Over to Courtney, now back to Colanito. She takes her 3-ball, good. 1 for 2 now on the evening with that one. It's a 16-9 lead.
You know, Colantino, another freshman, really just making an impact on this Knights offense.
Up to Courtney, up, no good, rebound. No good again, Negrete gets blocked away. Looking for a pass now. The Knights working it around with their bench unit in, plus the 2 Courtney sisters. Stolen away from the Crusaders. Up court, and good.
Knights really have to work on stopping those, fast break defense moves. They're using number 20, Bellassora, just a lot. She's really able to get in the paint and get those easy 2-point lays.
Negrete with the ball, looking for a pass, and it's going to be a jump ball. But it will stay with the Knights, as looks like Coach Porter's going to put 3 of his starting 5 back in. That being Maggie Kurtz, Reese Long, and Caroline Mercury. So Abby Courtney will inbound. Looking for a pass. Finds Reese Long in the corner. Drives in, baseline. Now looking back out, Caroline Mercury fakes the 3, drives in. And will be kept in bounds, but the Crusaders now will be going the other way. Up, no good, rebounded by Gorman. No good, fighting for it on the ground. Reese Long comes up with it. The Knights now have numbers. Long drives in, blocked away, trying to get her own shot. Can't do it, and it's going to be a foul on the Knights.
Colantino, almost like she got a knee right in the back of number 1, Lucy Gorman. Very physical game so far, Zen.
Up, no good off the back iron, rebounded by Colantino. Mercury looking for it up court. Rebound, no good, rebounded by Mercury again, gets her own shot. Courtney to Long, 3-ball, airballed. So be going back to the Crusaders, 5:23 here in the second period. It's a 16-11 game. Thank you for spending your Friday evening with us here on the Lake Norman Charter Sports Network, as it's going to be a fun doubleheader evening.
Just feels great to be back on the call again, Zane. I've definitely missed it.
As Colantino steps out of bounds, and I would agree. Doing the high school football games, it's fun, but high school basketball is my favorite. Just the atmosphere and the high-paced pace of play we see out here is just unmatched.
I mean, it's just a different call in general. Football is more the slow pace. You got to kind of have time to analyze. But basketball, it's that quick plays, really able to just spur off a bunch of, what's going on, like what offense is running, what defense is running. And especially, like you said, the atmosphere, it's a lot more compact, a lot more electric on these Friday night games.
As you have to imagine the nightmare across the court from us will be starting to fill in this evening, and it's going to be a good crowd, probably from both sides, too. Probably a good amount of Christ the King students will be coming tonight. As we mentioned, a crosstown kind of rivalry. Only about a 15-minute drive in between here and the other side of Huntersville.
I mean, that CTK football game, that was definitely a rivalry.
Yeah, crazy finish to that one. Inside, up and good. That bucket right there from the freshman, 5'6", Maggie Kurtz. 18-13 game. Reese Long gets her hand in the pass lanes. Ball on the ground. The Crusaders come up with it. Long took a fall.
Maybe a little bit of that ankle again.
Yeah.
Obviously still recovering from that.
The 3 from Audrey Gorman makes it a 2-point ball game. A 1-possession game for the first time in a long time. Long with the ball, brings it around. Looking for someone to pass it to, finds Courtney. Now to Mercury, pump fake. Drives in, has a good layup, but can't make it fall. And now the Crusaders have the chance to tie this game or even take the lead. Gorman inside, up and good. Good pass from Gorman inside to Anna Haynes. It's an 18-18 game, tied for the first time this evening since it's 0-0. And Coach Michael Porter is going to take a timeout. Jen Gorman firing up her girls, and they have came back. We'll be back in just a moment. 4:12 here in the second quarter. Back here from Lake Norman Charter High School. It's an 18-18 game. The King Crusaders have came back in a vengeance. As up and good from Abby Courtney, just as Coach Porter drawed it up.
You know, 9-2 in just one quarter in this last quarter. That's pretty starking, I guess. Knights really got it locked down on this defense, play that aggressiveness that they had in the first quarter.
As that one up and no good, but be fouled. As Bella Fansour, the freshman, will go to the line to shoot 2. That's Caroline Mercury's 3rd personal foul. She's probably going to have to sit up for the rest of the first half.
Again, Mercury, one of the most aggressive players on offense and defense, but sometimes, you know, that can bite you in the tail a little bit.
She will go to the bench, and that'll probably be her place to rest until the 3rd quarter. Coach Porter giving a little talking to, just lay off the gas a little bit maybe.
Yeah.
Sometimes it can be hard for a player like Mercury. 0 for 2 from the line, but Gorman gets the rebound, and she will travel. It's going to be a Knights ball after all.
You know, just one of those probably freshman mistakes. First game ever as a varsity player for Lucy Gorman there, so that's some stuff you kind of got to factor.
Courtney brings the ball up. 3:42 here in the second quarter. It's going to stay Knights ball, as that's off Addison Pierce. Lucy Courtney inbounding it over to Reese Long. She's going to take the layup off the side of the backboard. Gets her own rebound back up. No good. Rebounded by the Crusaders. It's going to be a jump ball, and it's going to be Knights ball. So they will inbound the ball from the baseline. The Knights have been pretty good so far this evening, drawing up plays from the baseline. Up to Colanito. 3-ball up. And no good. That one was a mile high up into the air. Now Gorman going the other way. An easy layup. And good. 2020 game tied up once again.
The Knights, I think their biggest downfall so far in the second quarter especially has just been stopping those fast breaks. The CTK Knights are just really getting those easy rebounds and moving it up the court super quick. The LNC Charter Knights can't even react. And as that goes on, maybe have someone, you know, a little bit farther down the court just ready to anticipate.
As we see, Reese Long was fouled there. Going to the hoop, a blocking foul, first one of the quarter on the Crusaders. Long, top of the key, over to Courtney, pump fakes, drives in, now comes back out. Miscommunication, Crusaders going the other way. Rosie Gorman up and no good, rebounded by Maggie Kurtz, now to Colanito. Reese Long, pass it cross court to Courtney. She's going to take the 3 up and no good, rebounded by Christ the King. Lucy Gorman, guarded by Reese Long, now over to Audrey Gorman.
A little bit of a one-on-one there. You see it, they're both number 1.
I see. As the pass from Audrey Gorman off the foot of Lucy Courtney, it's going to be a kick ball violation. .237 here in the second quarter to 2020 ball game.
We'll see Lucy Gorman, the freshman, officiating this offense.
Inside to Fansour, up and good, and the Crusaders take the lead for the first time this night, I believe.
Soar has really been the offensive kind of, you know, renaissance man so far. She's had, I think, 1 or 2 threes and just really able to get those easy layups, whether it's a fast break or inside of that paint when they're passing it around. Great offensive play calling on both sides of the ball so far. Kind of a different approach to an offense, though. We see the Knights, I feel like, you know, they're more spread out. They try to, you know, confuse the defenders. Meanwhile, the CTK Knights, you know, they're a little bit more compact. They try to get those easy paint layups.
Courtney in the corner, cross court to Colanito, and now Long's going to get tripped up. And that'll be the 3rd charge foul of the quarter on the Crusaders. That's the first personal on Audrey Gorman, the 5'11 senior. And it's going to be a timeout by the Crusaders, so it's a 22-20 lead in favor of Christ the King. We'll be right back here, Lake Norman Charter High School, in just a moment. Back here in the second quarter of play, 2:10 remaining. Inbound to Reese Long, can't keep it in bounds. Bad pass from Abby Courtney, it'll be Crusaders ball.
And, I feel like if the Lignum and Charter Knights just get these passes a little bit more efficient, they could be up by, 5, 6, 7 points. It's just really been kind of these miscommunications on offense that, again, you would expect from a season opener.
As we're getting our camera difficulties figured out right here, but up and good from Reese Long. It's going to be a 22-22 game. Gorman, bad pass, stolen away from Courtney. Up court to Reese Long. Easy layup, up and good. The Knights take back the lead.
And we've got the camera back up and running. Sorry about that. We're knocking off the rust a little bit ourselves.
Getting the preseason jitters out of the way here on the LNC Sports Network. Up, long three, off the front iron, rebounded by Long. And the Knights have numbers, 2-on-1 fast break. Courtney, back to Reese Long, pull-up jumper, up and good. It's a 26-22 game.
I feel like the Knights offense has just been the definition of efficiency so far. They're communicating. They're able to, find the open man, just get those easy shots. And there hasn't really been a lot of, in the paint, layups. Meanwhile, the CTK Knights, little curse there.
Yeah, announcer's jinx happens from time to time. Abby Courtney, top of the key. Inside, up, and no good, blocked away by the Crusaders, but the Knights will retain possession.
There hasn't been a lot of easy layups until now, obviously. Yeah.
Coach Porter relaying the play right here to his Lady Knights. Top of the key, Reese Long. Looking for a teammate. Inside pass, good pass right there to Courtney. Blocked away. Fighting for it on the ground. Who's going to come up with it? A jump ball. And it is Crusaders ball.
Lucy, just a heads-up play. They're really trying to get aggressive on that rebound. She saw that number 5, Rosie Gorman, had a chance to pass out and maybe get an offensive possession. And obviously there you would rather have the jump ball where you can set up on defense. So just really good play there.
Pass inside, up, and no good. Rebounded, and in one. Anna Hayes says, "Get off me." And one, and a chance to take the lead for the Crusaders.
And that's a play there where you don't regret it, but it's also like, dang,
you just gotta hit the boards hard. And Anna Hayes said, "I won that ball more." And a chance to put her ball club up one, and she'll do so. So the Knights are gonna have to get a bucket to have a lead going into halftime. And that's just big for the momentum. If you get that big and one going into the halftime intermission, you got something to build off of.
I mean, you heard this crowd just ignite as soon as she got that.
Abby Courtney taking some time, passes the halfway line. 9 seconds left.
Still got time.
Courtney inside, blocked away, gets the ball back. Find for it on the ground. Reese Long blocked away. And that's going to be end of the first half. The Crusaders will carry a lead going into halftime.
After being down by 9
Yeah.
at the end of the first quarter.
So we'll be back after the halftime intermission. It's a 27-26 game in favor of the Road Ball Club. Welcome back in here on the Lake Norman Charter Sports Network, the home of the Knights. As the second half of basketball on tap, it's a 27-26 lead in favor of the Christ the King Crusaders, and they will start with the ball here in the second half.
And we've seen the Crusaders obviously just bring that intensity in the second quarter. They were trailing by 9 and are now leading by 1. Pretty much gone unanswerable by the Lake Norman Charter Knights.
Yeah, had that big 10-point swing, and they'll have the ball first here. Up and no good, but fouled is Anna Haynes, the freshman.
I thought there was about to be another and one.
I know, yeah. She had a crazy and one, getting the rebound, offensive rebound, and putting it up. As that was kind of the cherry on top to a great second quarter for the Crusaders, but she'll go to the line to shoot 2.
I mean, that's what gave them the lead.
First one up and no good off the front iron. As this game is the first of a doubleheader, the nightcap is the men's game between these two squads. The second one is up and good from Anna Haynes, makes it a 28-26 ball game. Courtney calling out the play. Good screen, drives in. Outside to Courtney. Floater up, no good. And that's rebound by Audrey Gorman. Crusaders now going the other way, led by Lucy Gorman. Inside, stolen away by the Knights. Up court to Reese Long. Guarded by Gorman, Long. Looking for a passer, good pass right there. Inside, up, no good off the glass. And it's going to be a jump ball. And the possession error in favor of the Knights. So the Knights will inbound here.
Number 22, Grace Hart, giving Audrey Gorman a little bit of a stare down after pushing her over.
And it's going to be a reach and foul right there by Abby Courtney. It's going to be Crusaders' ball. So Lucy Gorman bringing the ball past the halfway line. 7:13 here in the third quarter. Fighting for it on the ground. Stays Crusaders ball. Stolen away by Reese Long. She has Courtney up court. Can't find her. Spin move. Taken away. Ball stays inbound. Long now with the rock. Cross court pass to Lucy Courtney. Drives in. Now back out. Up. No good. Blocked by the Crusaders. That shot. And the foul on the 5'10 freshman, Grace Hart. That's already the third foul here in the third quarter for the Lady Knights, so something to watch out for. Your fifth foul, and you're in the bonus. So you got to be careful.
Kind of the story told this whole game is just a lot of fouls, a lot of these kind of aggressive plays on offense and defense. You see that especially with CTK. I feel like they're really just outworking on these rebounds, and that's kind of what's given them this comeback so far in the second quarter.
Yeah, I mean, when you have close ball games like you do here tonight, it's the little things like getting that offensive rebound and, just hustling to keep that ball in bounds that can really be the difference maker.
But so far, I mean, Lake Norman Charter Knights, I feel like have just been super efficient on offense. This is the best I've seen them play, and since pretty much all of last season, I feel like they look like a completely different team.
That will go down as the fourth foul in the quarter on the Lady Knights. And we'll see Fana Soar go to the line to shoot 2. Looks like Corinne Keck coming to the end of the bench, may come in for the first time this evening. This shot to make it a 2-possession ball game. Up, no good. Rebounded by the Crusaders. They'll keep it alive. Ball stays inbound. Gorman with the rock, drives in. Good layup. Rebounded again by the Crusaders, and the offensive glass is where the Crusaders have lived. It's a 5-point game now. Courtney calling out the play. Screen right there from Kurtz. Pull-up jumper up and good.
What a way to answer.
The Knights needed that bucket bad.
And, that can be one of those plays that just shifts momentum. Obviously, I think the Knights outperformed in the first quarter. CTK just dominating that second quarter. And this could just be a mano-a-mano where they just trade shots back and forth, and we'll just see who comes out on top in the end.
as yet another foul now force the Knights into the bonus with 6 minutes left here in the third quarter. And it will bring Anna Haynes back to the line. First one up and good from Haynes.
One of the biggest things I feel like the Knights need to take away from this game is just be conservative. You don't need to get that big play, that big steal. As long as you're playing sound defense, not leaving an open man, you don't have to have that risk of drawing those fouls.
Second one up, no good off the front iron, rebounded by Reese Long. And now the Lady Knights will go the other way. It's a 2-point ball game, 29-31, taken away. Up, no good, rebounded by Courtney, fighting for it. It's gonna be a foul on somebody. And it's gonna go on Rosie Gorman. It's gonna be Lady Knights basketball.
Knights really looking to take advantage of those fouls. You know, CTK so far in this third quarter, not a lot of mistakes. This could be a momentum shift.
Up court to Reese Long. She's going to drive baseline. Gets the look she wants and will be fouled. Go to the line to shoot 2. That's going to be the second personal on Audrey Gorman. Second one of the quarter on the Crusaders. First one by Long, up and good.
They needed that.
Makes it a one-possession ball game. It's a 32-29 lead in favor of the team in blue.
And especially in that second quarter, a lot of these points just came from those fast breaks. You had number 20, Bella Soar, just really able to get in kind of the pocket, as we would call it, and just able to get those easy 2-point lays, was really kind of changed the momentum.
Second one up and good by Reese Long. It's a 30-32 game.
As you kind of predicted, though, Zane, the tempo of this game has definitely picked up since the first quarter.
That's going to be a double dribble by Lucy Gorman. The freshman here kind of caught maybe with her third or fourth travel of the evening. It's something that's going to happen, especially when you're the lead ball handler of a team.
Yeah, I mean, she's obviously one of the offensive kind of coordinators, really able to kind of see the court and find out who's the open person, who can I pass to, who can make this play. But at the end of the day, you also got to realize, I'm the one with the ball. I can't make that mistake.
Off the back iron, rebounded by Taylor Paul. She's going to get double teamed now over to Lucy Gorman. Gorman over to Sam 4. Up and good, gets a friendly roll.
Woo. It's almost like someone had a fishing route hook and just reeled it back in.
Makes it a 4-point game again. Courtney drives in, up the back iron, up and good. And back to a 2-point game.
Firing on all cylinders right now.
Gorman between the legs. And over to Taylor Paul. Up and good. Back and forth right now from both teams. Can't get a stop on defense.
Well, shootout. Love to see that.
Courtney will drive in. Back out to her sister. Up and it's going to be a foul on the floor. That's going to be the third foul of the quarter on the Crusaders, and the Knights will have the ball on the baseline. Up top to Courtney. Now to her sister Abby Courtney. And stolen away. It's going to be a jump ball. The arrow favors the Crusaders. 4:27 here in the third quarter of play. It's a 36-32 lead for Christ the King. Taylor Paul with the rock. Inside, good pass, up and good. That's a beautiful offensive play right there by the Crusaders.
Play. I mean, that was like you just took it off the playbook and just, you know, you had a magic pen, just made it come to life. That was beautiful.
Long, inside to Courtney, fine around for it on the ground. Jump ball, it's gonna be Knights ball. As Coach Porter just has to be saying we're looking really sloppy compared to what we looked like in the first quarter. It was a very well-ordered machine in the first, but ever since then, it's kind of all over the place. Long, 3, top of the key, no good. Hasn't had a 3 hit all of tonight. Courtney, no good. And that's going to be off the Crusaders. Stays Knights ball.
I think the only 3 that's been hit for the Knights so far was that opener by Abby Courtney to start the game off.
Long forward ass. Top of the key. She'll get it. Over to Courtney in the corner. Abby looking for a passer. Picks it back up. And she's going to get fouled. She'll go to the line to shoot 2. As actually that's going to be called on the floor, so the Knights will take it on the baseline. They trail by 6.
It's just not the time for the Knights to hang their head. I mean, it's only a 2-possession game. You can still come back from this. But here, you might see a lot of teams buckle, but I feel like the Knights have just gotten so used to fighting through this adversity.
And it's going to be a timeout by Coach Porter.
Good timeout.
Definitely a good timeout. Probably just telling his girls to settle down a little bit. They have 3:34 left in the third quarter. It's a 38-32 lead for Christ the King. Colantonio checks in for the Lady Knights as we have a 38-32 game here with 3:34 left in the third quarter. I'm Zay Metz alongside me, Davis Solomonson, here in the first of 2 games on a Friday evening. Courtney puts it up, no good, and rebounded by the Crusaders.
Now you can see here the Knights really focusing on that kind of press, not letting that easy fast break, which kind of killed them in that second quarter, let the CTK Crusaders have an advantage.
Mercury now checks back in as she has 3 fouls on the evening. She's going to go the other way, loses the ball, and gets fouled. And she will go to the line to shoot 2, as that is the 5th foul of the quarter.
The fouler will get fouled.
She has 3 on the evening.
Had to take a little break at the end of that second quarter.
So Mercury will shoot 2. First one up in an air ball. But she'll get another crack at it here.
She's smiling a little bit. She's like, oh.
Just got to get the jitters off. You know, when you're cold coming off the bench, that can happen to you. The second one off the front iron, rebounded by the Crusaders, and Mercury's going to get charged with the foul.
Oh.
That's the 4th one of the night. And Coach Porter just looking at her like, hey, I told you not to do that, and you give him 2 free throws.
If they bang out both of these, it'll be an 8-point lead for the Crusaders.
And you're looking at an uphill battle going into the 4th quarter.
For a game that they were leading by 9 at the end of the first, I mean.
First one, no good. And Mercury will come out now with her 4th foul on the night. .304 left here in the third, still a 38-32 game. Second one is good, and it's a 7-point Christ the King lead. Courtney with the ball, drives right side, picked up by Gorman. Back out to Courtney, now to Reese Long in the corner. They're double teaming her. Hands it off to Courtney. She has some space, back inside to Reese Long. Good play right there. Can't get the bucket. Reese Long puts it up, gets her own rebound, asking for a foul, can't get it. It's been Christ the King ball. They're going the other way. Rosie Gorman puts it up and gets the foul. Go to the line to shoot 2, and this game starting to get out of reach for the Lady Knights.
You know, the Knights, I mean, they've just been having trouble the whole game stopping those fast breaks. And, you know, your solution to it can't just be foul them at the line because you're just going to give them 2 easy points. But so far, I think the Knights have still looked spectacular on offense. I just think their defense is something that, you know, needs to kind of be worked on a little bit during practices. I think they're focusing too much on their man and not enough on the open guy, getting a little bit too spread. But still, I mean, this is levels of improvement from last year, obviously, even in the first game.
Rosie Gorman goes 1 for 2 from the line. The Crusaders hit the offensive boards hard and get the bucket. And that will kill you on offensive rebounds and let them turn into points.
Yeah.
Second chance points have most definitely been in favor of the Christ the King Crusaders. Builds the lead now to 10. It's a 42-32 ball game. Stolen away by Audrey Gorman. She's going the other way. One-on-one fast break up and no good. Rebounded. No good again. And it will stay Crusaders ball.
I mean, she just picked the pocket right there.
Gorman read that like a New York Times bestseller and went the other way with it. Corner three, up and good. Rosie Gorman, nothing but nylon. Long barely keeps it in. Still Knights ball. Been stagnant on offense kind of in this third quarter. And Audrey Gorman gets her hands in the passing lanes right there as she's, looks like Stretch Armstrong getting those hands in all the passing lanes tonight.
The plastic man, Mr. Fantastic, just stretching out to get it.
Courtney, good move right there. Drives in, bucket. It's an 11-point game now. Lucy Gorman. And a corner three, up and good. Strikes it, Rosie Gorman, the 5'7" sophomore.
Wow.
Courtney just kind of chucks one up. And it's going to be a jump ball. It will stay with the Crusaders. It's a 48-34 game.
Is that two threes banged back to back? Oh my gosh.
Back to back by Rosie Gorman. And I bet Coach Porter's wishing it was the first quarter right now.
Oh, I think we all are.
Good block right there. Knights going the other way. Up court to Reese Long. The pass is too strong.
Oh, you can see Reese Long kind of limping on that ankle.
And unforced turnovers like that can be reasons that, you're down in this game like that. I think the two biggest things that Coach Porter's taken away right now has to be unforced turnovers and second chance points.
For sure. I mean, they're just letting them have too many opportunities on the offensive side. They're not getting aggressive enough on these rebounds, and it's really just costing them the game.
1 minute remaining here in the third quarter. Floater up, no good off the front iron, rebounded by the Crusaders, no good again. The Knights finally come out with the ball. That's Courtney with the rock, going down the sidelines, and that's going to be a blocking foul on Lucy Gorman. So Courtney will go to the line and shoot two.
We'll see Kurz back in the game. Coming out for Long, who was limping on that ankle, probably maybe just flamed it up a little bit.
So Courtney a chance to make this a 12-point game.
I mean, there still is a lot of basketball left. Obviously, you have the fourth quarter, but something's got to change.
The Knights could have a fourth quarter like the Crusaders had that second quarter. You got to hope so. But it would help the Knights can get some good momentum rolling into the fourth right here in the end of the third. The second one coming from Courtney. Up. And no good. She goes 0 for 2 from the line. Rebounded. Up and good. The bucket right there from the freshman, Maggie Kurtz. Good spin move right there from Gorman. Feeds it inside. And that's going to be a blocking foul on the Knights. Crusaders will go to the line and shoot two.
Kurz, her third personal foul so far in the evening.
As Anna Haynes at the line. First one is good. Second one coming. And it is good. Two for 2 from the charity stripe from Haynes. Clock now under 40 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Knights working the ball around. Floater up and good off the back rim. That one from the freshman, Colanito.
Oh, she stole it off the inbound.
Wow, Courtney going up with it, no good. And catches the Crusaders off guard. Corner three, up, airballed. Rebound up again. No good.
Able to get that rebound.
18 seconds left. Up court to Courtney. She's going to lay it up. And good. The Knights now with some momentum going into the fourth. 3 seconds left. Gorman's not going to have a chance to shoot this one. It's going to be a 10-point game going to the fourth. Very manageable.
You know, the Crusaders came back from a 9-point deficit at the end of the first quarter. Who's to say the Knights can't come back from a 10?
So we'll have a little minute break. Both teams will get a breather, and we'll be back in just a moment here from Lake Norman Charter High School. Back here, fourth quarter, Colanito, corner three, gets the Knights started out firing hot here in the fourth.
Red hot, hot, hot.
And now working with a full court press, catching the Crusaders kind of by surprise.
And
Stolen away by
stolen.
Courtney, they're going the other way. 50-43, game 7:30 here in the fourth quarter.
The Knights kind of looking at all their mistakes and just making up for them.
And it's gonna be a foul. First one on the quarter by the Crusaders. Audrey Gorman charged with the foul.
What a way to start the fourth quarter.
I mean, Colanito found her look in the corner. She said, thank you very much. And Courtney lets it go out. It's going to be Knights ball.
I mean, this just feels like the Intimidator, up and down and up and down, the momentum shifting.
Maybe a loop-de-loop in there as well. Courtney, corner three, good! The Lady Knights said, you can't count me out. It's a 4-point game.
We'll see, staying aggressive on that press.
Up court, Crusaders just chuck one up.
Able to get the rebound.
It's going to be a foul on the floor maybe. And the Crusaders are going to call a timeout, I believe. And yes, they will. And ladies and gentlemen, we have a ball game, 50-46, 7-11 here in the fourth quarter. Back here, fourth quarter. It's a 46-50 game.
The
Knights have came back greatly in this
just
fourth
fought
quarter.
right back for it.
Crusaders with the ball. Three ball up and good. A very friendly roll for Rosie Gorman. That's her third three here in the second half.
She had that friendly roll in the second quarter, too, where it almost zipped back in.
Courtney.
Basketball gods are shining on her.
Oh, and that's a travel on the Knights. That's costly. Gives the momentum right back to the Crusaders, you feel.
Yeah, and I know something that Porter had kind of talked about was just not having that give-in mindset, especially if you're down. And you can kind of see that throughout this game, is even though they're down by 10, even though, you know, the momentum isn't in their way, they're finding ways to shift it.
Pass inside, up, no good. Offensive rebound, no good again. The Knights will come out with it. Colanino over to Courtney. She has numbers and loses the ball. That's going to be Christ the King ball.
And that's where you just have to slow it down and possess. Let your offense run those plays. I feel like the Knights have been doing a great job running plays and making those big moments.
It's a 53-46 game, 6:30 here in the fourth quarter. Drives in, up, and one. As that's a big and one right there from Addison Pierce. Said, give me the bucket and the foul. As we might look back on that and say, hey, that was a big turning point. Reese Long now coming back in, but just like that, it's a 9-point game with potential being a 10-point game.
And we'll see. I mean, the Knights able to kind of, we've seen make those quick plays to shorten the lead, but then slowing down again on that defensive end.
Can't finish off the and one. The Lady Knights do get the rebound. That's Reese Long. She's really been great on the rebounds tonight. Courtney, jumper, up, good. And now the Lady Knights back to a full court press, 55-48 game, 6 minutes left here in the fourth quarter.
I mean, you can just see the coaching as the game goes on. The Knights.
As that one is up and good, Colanino hit the deck hard.
A no call, wow.
Courtney with the ball, spin move, trying to find Reese Long. 3 ball, she's gonna take it, no good, air ball. Gets her own rebound back. Oh, can't get the and one, but she will get the 2 free throws.
I mean, you will take that. Not everything's got to be that big and one, you know. You'll take the 2 points.
It's a 57-48 game, 5:47 here in the fourth quarter. First one coming from Long. As she's been pretty good tonight from the charity stripe.
I feel like Long is just one of the better defensive players on this team. She's really one of the hardest workers, and you can kind of see that in her play style. She's the leader of that full court press. She's the one kind of causing those mistakes by the Crusaders, but then also she can take it and get those easy offensive points.
The Knights now able to set up that full court press, as that's a long pass right there. And it's going to be Knights ball, keeps it in bounds. Reese Long looking for someone up court. That's Courtney Kitchen keeping it behind the back. Up, no good, but that's going to be off the Crusaders. That's Knights ball.
I mean, that was just...
I mean, that was like Harlem Globetrotters, kind of Mahomey-like, behind the back, no look.
Mahomes-esque.
As Courtney said, hey, my sister's out there somewhere. Threw it up.
It's got that sister telepathy. Just, I know she's there.
And the Knights stay with the ball. They trail by 7, though. 5:30 left here in the fourth quarter, still with plenty of time. Out to her sister. Will drive in. Floater, no good, short. Rebound by the Crusaders. Up and blocked by Courtney. She said, get that out of here.
She said, you guys don't have this game yet. There's still 5 minutes left for me to do my thing.
And it will be Crusaders ball.
Huh. I thought that was tipped off the Crusaders. Huh.
Good move right there from Lucy Gorman. Breaks the press, but Reese Long will take it away. Dribbles through 2. Ball on the ground. She dives for it. She's got it. Trying to pass to somebody. The Crusaders get it.
Wide
Going the other
open.
way. Rosie Gorman layup.
Oh. And you see there, it's just a miscommunication. She was on the ground. She had no one to pass it to. Just tried to hand it off. CTK Crusaders just able to rip it out of her hands.
3 ball. Got it. Nothing but nylon from Lucy Gorman. Coach Porter calls a timeout, 59-53. 5 minutes left here in the fourth. And we're back here for the fourth quarter of play. It's a 59-53 game. Crusaders lead. The Lady Knights set up their full court press. It's been a great fourth quarter for the Lady Knights. Great scoring from both sides, really.
Yeah.
Up court, Anna Haynes drives in, back out to Gorman, pull up Jay, no good, rebounded by the Crusaders, ball on the floor, and Courtney picks it up, going the other way. Up to Abby, pull up jumper, no good, and it's gonna be Knights basketball. Off Lucy Gorman, that's big.
We see the stands starting to fill up. I mean, we see Noah McGovern sitting in the stands asking for that shout out.
Abby Corner inbounds it to Lucy, corner three, no way, yes way. Oh yeah.
No way, yes way.
It's a three-point game just like that. The Lady Knights are back in it. Chucks it up full court to Gorman. Inside, turn around, layup, good.
Yeah.
Anything you can do, I can do better, the Crusaders say.
I mean, this just feels like a real Waco standoff. Just bang, 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 bang.
Colanito drives inside, pull-up jumper, no good, air ball, rebound by the Crusaders. That's gonna be a walk. It should be by Audrey Gorman, no call. Jumper, three, no good, rebound. Up again, and good.
I mean, she took a little brisk walk in the park there. I don't know how that was a no call.
As that's gonna be off the Crusaders, will stay Knights ball. 5:50 left here in the fourth. And we will have a substitution coming in. Fana Soar, the freshman coming in for Christ the King. Inbound along. Good defense by Lucy Gorman. Outside. Three ball. Oh! The Lady Knights have been money from beyond the arc here in the fourth quarter, Davis.
I mean, the only three-pointer of the first three quarters was Abby Courtney to start the game off, and now they're just firing on all cylinders.
Fana Soar up and good. As when Christ the King breaks that full court press, they get a bucket in a hurry. Courtney drives in, Reese Long, corner three. Oh, they get it again! They get it again!
God.
Keep it rolling! Ball on the floor. They got a
Oh,
man
they're just
down
leaving
court.
leaving
Fana
them wide
Soar
open.
cherry picks the bucket.
I mean, when you have someone waiting down the court like that, you have to have a defender waiting there trying to get that open man.
It's a 67-62 game. 3 minutes left here in the fourth quarter. Reese Long drives baseline. Finds a person in the corner. That's Courtney. Spin move. Drives, puts it up. No good. Maggie Kurtz keeps it in. And it's going to be Christ the King ball.
Yeah, I mean, the Knights just banging these threes out. Meanwhile, the Crusaders getting these easy two-point lays off of their ride.
And the Knights are going to have to keep shooting like this because they're going to have to get stops down the stretch. CTK going the other way. Kurtz up, no good. Rebounded by Courtney. Lucy Courtney now with the
blocking
ball.
foul.
And it's going to be off Courtney, Crusaders ball.
I thought Lucy Gorman maybe held Abby there a little bit, but
No call.
refs maybe realizing it's the fourth quarter, a little bit more aggressive.
Anna Haynes up, no good. Rebounded by the Crusaders, up again. And that might be a final blow. It's going to be tough to come back.
7-point game. If they keep banging out these threes and able to stop.
69-62, Colanito. No good. The wishing well runs dry. Up, pump fake. No good. Rebounded by Colanito, and it's going to be a foul on the floor. That's going to be the fourth personal on Lucy Gorman. Only the third foul of the quarter, though, so no free throws.
We'll see the Knights hoping to take advantage of that maybe momentum. Only down by 7, 2 minutes left. They keep banging out these threes. I mean, 3-possession game. If they ride the inbounds a little bit harder, I feel like they can still get this.
Courtney gets fouled, goes to the line to shoot 2 now.
And we'll see Courtney has been very good from the charity line so far tonight. Both of the Courtney sisters and Long, both kind of relying on those easy 2 points to, help alleviate that deficit.
First one, no good by Abby.
An unlucky bounce. See, the basketball gods are not shining.
This definitely goes both ways. Second one, no good again. Rebound. Up and no good. Rebounded by the Crusaders. And you needed that bucket for the Knights.
Oh. Definitely because
Timeout by Coach Jen Gorman. 1:54 left here in the fourth quarter. We'll take a break and be right back. Back here in the fourth quarter. 69-62, Christ the King lead.
the Knights here inbounding. The
Actually,
Crusaders, sorry.
Lucy Gorman. Inbound. Crusaders keep the ball.
Just very aggressive from the Knights. Trying
Double
to get
team.
that steal.
Ball on the ground.
And they've
Courtney
got it.
comes up with it. Mercury now with the ball. Up to Abby Courtney. Will drive in. No good. Asking for
foul?
the foul.
Ref shaking his
Up
head.
court to Lucy Gorman. Behind the back to her teammate. No good. Knights got to get a stop here. Running out of time. 1:25. Addison Pierce. The Crusaders just content with trying to run this clock out. 1:15 left here.
And they'll send in Negrete, coming off the bench soon.
Yeah, the Crusaders just content with just trying to play hot potato, keep it away from the Lady Knights. And there's a travel.
I mean, and at this point, the Knights are really going to have to bang out some threes and stop that fast break that keeps kind of, whipping them in the butt.
As shout out to Christian Virgilio joining the broadcast.
Just talking about his excellent senior night performance last year. One of the best broadcasting moments we had all season.
I mean, definitely one of my top 3 favorite broadcast moments. Colanito up good.
Oh!
The freshman can shoot. She can shoot, that's for sure.
Oh my gosh. That might be in the top 10. That might be in the top 10 now.
It's a 69-65 game. 47.2 seconds left. Rooting for Zay. Isaiah Smith III in the starting lineup tonight. Excited to see him out there with the boys squad.
Zay was kind of more of a role player, was able to kind of, average maybe 3-4 points a game, but this year he's really elevated his game. I know I've been talking with him. He's really excited to have the opportunity to kind of let himself shine. Last year we had Braylon Ireland, the hooper himself.
Passing down the 10 lineage
Right.
to Isaiah Smith this year. Actually, I have a little insider information. Braylon Ireland texted Isaiah Smith today saying, keep your head up, kid. Continue on the 10 legacy.
Wow.
Yes, I know Braylon Allen's birthday was recently. Isaiah Smith.
That was actually today.
Today, Isaiah Smith texted him, wishing him a happy birthday. Braylon Allen said, thank you. Carry on the 10 legacy. Isaiah Smith, hopefully going to drop 30 like Braylon Allen did last year against CTK.
I mean, and what a legacy it is. Braylon Ireland,
What a legacy.
one of the best basketball players LNC has ever seen, probably.
I mean, had a senior banner right up here next to us.
I mean, we were looking at the whole game. It was like, you get distracted from the game, you're looking at it so much. But yeah, just a great player offensively. And, with the Knights losing him, they still have Colin McConaughey. They still have Jay Morgan, just Braden Wilkie, just a lot of players who have a lot of star talent. We'll get to that game in about
30 minutes time,
30
probably.
minutes.
Christ the King just working it around. Content not taking a shot, and they do. And that'll probably be the game. Makes it 6 points.
Let's see.
Knights in a quick three.
Long three. You need it.
Mercury chucks it up. No good.
And Mercury just,
That's going to be, oh, it looked like it goes off the Crusaders.
I thought she maybe got a
Little tip, but
little
tippage,
fingerprint
yeah.
on there, yeah.
12 seconds left.
Aggressive.
Ball on the ground.
Tripped
Mercury,
Mercury, you need it.
no good.
Just has not been her night tonight.
Yeah, and that's going to be the game. Lucy Gorman will dribble it out. And that's all she wrote in the season opener for the Lake Norman Charter Lady Knights.
Hard fought on both sides of the ball. Knights obviously came out banging up by 9 in the first quarter. And then kind of that momentum just started to shift more towards CTK. They had a lot of those easy fast break points. Knights weren't able to defend it. And but overall, I think the Knights offense was just firing on all cylinders, especially in that fourth
Very
quarter.
high scoring game.
Yeah, that fourth quarter was something special. I think against any other team where they're not already down by 10, they're taking this game like, you know, it's the candy from a baby.
Your final score here, 71-65. We'll be back here in about 15 minutes for the tip-off for the men's game. And welcome to Lake Norman Charter High School, the home of the Knights, as the tip-off of the 2024-2025 season is on the way here in Huntersville as we have the visiting Christ the King Crusaders against your Lake Norman Charter Knights. I'm Zane Metz. Alongside me is my good friend and broadcast partner, Davis Solomonson. And Davis, is going to be a fun one tonight on a Friday evening.
You know, I'm very excited. The women's game, obviously very entertaining, had an electric fourth quarter, and I'm expecting that to carry over. Student stand is packed to the brim. You know, you see a lot of familiar faces who come out all the time, a couple of new faces too. And that's just what you expect from a Friday night basketball game, Friday night rivalry basketball game.
Yeah, these crosstown rivals separated by about 15 minutes. The Knights in all white and the Crusaders in their nice all black uniforms.
I do like that those unis. Those are nice.
I do.
But I've always loved the Knights uniforms as well.
As the starting five tonight for the Knights will be Colin McCarty head at point guard, Isaiah Smith at the 2 spot, Major Leak at the 3, Braden Wilkie at the 4, and Jay Morgan at the 5. As that's probably going to be our starting 5 for the remainder of the year.
You know, just kind of a powerhouse offense. Braden Wilkie last year really stepping into that role. You saw guys like Collie McConaughey, the freshman, making a huge impact. Obviously, a couple losses in Christian Virgilio and Braylon Ireland. But, you know, they're able to make up for that with a lot of grit. Zay, a senior, finally stepping into that role that I feel like he's really hollowed out and deserved. And we've got to mention in the chat of Christian's senior night performance, one of the best.
I mean, something that just lives in infamy.
I mean, I just can't stop thinking of, you know, anytime we call a game, I think, can anything top that? And it's hard to think that anything can.
As I will say one thing about these black uniforms, kind of hard to see the numbers for Christ the King.
A little bit. Even with the overhead lighting.
The tip-off will be in favor of the Knights. Isaiah Smith getting to the rim early. Will lose it, gets the back out to Jay Morgan. Morgan now out to Isaiah Smith, will drive baseline, fakes it to Major Leak.
We've seen Leak.
Drives in, gets blocked, and it'll be Christ the King ball.
We've seen Leak, number 1 in the county for touchdowns, number 4 in the state. Just kind of a dual sport athlete, athletic kid. We'll see how that transfers over into this basketball season.
The foul's going to be on Isaiah Smith as Cooper Ryan was driving to the rim for the Crusaders.
And we've already, not even a minute in, we've got the take his whistle calls going.
Ty Gorman will inbound the ball. Good defense by Braden Wilkie. Force a bad pass. Major League jumping up, can't get the ball.
Good effort there by Leak.
In some of those football hops, the bad pass will be Knights basketball.
You know, and that's what happens when you step into the nightmare. It's just, you know, you start having those miscommunications. It's hard to hear your teammate, hard to kind of focus on the game when you've got a whole crowd chanting against you.
Jay Morgan with the ball at the top of the key, hands it off to Braden Wilkie. 3 ball, long one off the back iron, no good. Rebound by Major Leak. Leak will drive in, hop step, up, no good. He gets fouled, will go to the line to shoot 2.
And hopefully we'll see the first points of the game.
As Leak decided to ride it out with the guys in football, as last year had some interest from other schools wanting to come, decided to stay at Charter. And a big reason for him wanting to stay at Charter was to stay with this basketball team as well. And as you know, when you go to another school mainly for football, they don't want you to play other sports. But here at Charter, he's going to be a very key piece for this basketball team.
And you know, that's the other thing about culture is, you know, when I think, especially this year of LNC culture, Major League has been a huge part of that. You know, the student body just loves him. They love watching him. They love cheering for him. And that translates on both the football field and the basketball court.
As that's an errant pass, it'll be Knights basketball. The full court press already working so far, and that's going to be a major thing for this Knights team this year is the full court press and just really hounding their opponents.
And you know, when you have guys as athletic as Major League, as Colin McConaughey had, as Braden Wilkie, all these guys dual sport athletes, you can really rely on their athleticism for that full court press, really catching the defense and the offense off guard on both ways. They're not expecting that pressure.
Crusaders going the other way, 3 ball. Ty Gorman up, no good. Rebounded by Major League, now going the other way. Braden Wilkie, one-on-one, will drive it in. Tough layup, up and good. Looking for the foul, now the Knights able to set up in that full court press.
You know, just staying aggressive. We'll see Major League fall off his guy. The double.
Double team from Braden Wilkie off him. McConaughey gets it. He's going the other way.
Through the
Behind the
legs.
back. Braden Wilkie, corner three. Can he get it? No, off the back down. Rebounded by McConaughey. Puts it up. No good.
No foul.
Blocked. And the rebound by the Crusaders going the other way. It's a 1-on-2 fast break. Good spin move up and under. That's a tough lay. I mean, that was nasty as weak home pizza.
Oh my, as curdled milk.
As Jay Morgan drives in.
And slips. Maybe a little banana peel in the court.
As Jay Morgan has been battling a sprained ankle as of late, so something to watch out for in the early stages of this season, as he is kind of limping on that ankle a little bit. Their biggest guy on the floor, can't lose him.
No, I mean, the only guy who can kind of match him in size is Tripp, but is he playing this year? He's not on the lineup?
He cannot, unfortunately, not make the grades to make the team this year, and that's a big loss for the Knights.
And you know, that's where you have to emphasize the student in student athlete.
I bet Tripp's heard it a million times from Coach K after
I'm sure.
not being able to be out there, but nonetheless, this is the ball club that we have this season.
And we'll see Jay, despite his, taller frame, still very athletic, still able to get down the court pretty quickly.
First one from Morgan, no good. The Knights now 0 for 3 from the charity stripe so far.
We'll see. Yeah, he's definitely leaning on that ankle a little bit. Is that a left or a right ankle? Do you know?
Just an ankle to mine. It's definitely one of them. That's what I would say.
It's one of the two.
Second one, good from Morgan. And now Langston Holder, we're coming for Jay Morgan. You can see Morgan really limping on that ankle right now.
He's talking to Coach K. Huge impact player, but obviously it's the season opener. You don't want him to overwork it. You still want him for the remainder of the season. It's just one game.
It's a 3-2 ball game. And it's going to be a blocking foul on McConaughey. McConaughey with a new number this year, sporting the number 5.
In honor of Christian Virgilio.
Exactly.
Got to bring up that senior night performance again.
Any way you can. We need like a counter on how many times we're going to bring it up this year.
I mean, as long as it's less than 22, the points that Christian scored that game.
Ty Gorman inbounds it.
See,
Cooper Ryan with the ball.
Colin McConaughey gets beat, but then makes up for it with his aggressive defensive play style. Langston Holder in.
Good pass inside. Crusaders working it around. Fakes the 3. Pull up Jay. Cooper Ryan, no good. And Brady Wilkie gets the rebound. The Knights now going the other way. They have a 2-on-3 fast break. Colin McConaughey on it. Jelly! Peanut butter and jelly at the rim.
You do not want a one-on-one with Colin McConaughey, because I will guarantee one thing. That ball is ending up in the hoop.
McConaughey now playing some good defense. That's something that I've already noticed so far this year compared to last year. McConaughey's defense, much improved.
I mean, obviously last year, McConaughey, with the freshman, he was a little bit smaller, was a little bit skinnier. I mean, you can just obviously tell he's built out his frame a lot.
Holder thinks about the 3. Now we'll drive in. Over to McConaughey, corner 3. No way. Yes! McConaughey says, 3 ball in your face.
He's allergic to the rim.
Makes it an 8-4 ball game. 5 minutes to go. The Knights now in a full court press. The Crusaders break it. Good pass inside, but not good enough to keep it bounds. Knights ball.
Jeez. They're on about 120 ping right now. Just communication is not what they're looking for.
I mean, you just got to feel like the Crusaders not ready for this full court press.
And, I think they came into this game last year. The Knights didn't really implement a full court press.
McConaughey drives in, gets fouled. He's going, hey, when he goes to the cup, I mean, he's like a bull, and he's seeing red.
And, at that point, as a teammate, you just have to clear out. Let him play his game. Let him be aggressive. He's
Let him do his thing,
very aggressive player. But, he has the athleticism where he can be aggressive and make up for it with that athleticism. He can get beat and still, book it right back in and not cost a play.
As talking with one of the Knights players earlier today, Drew Nelson, saying Colin McConaughey has to be one of the best, if not the best, just true scorer in the conference. 1v1 matchup against McConaughey. I mean, he has a bag full like Santa Claus's bag. I mean, he, crossover between the legs, behind the back. He can pull out all the tricks in the book. I mean, as I've heard before, he's got more moves than a U-Haul truck.
I'm loving these expressions so far. I'm glad we're banging them out early.
Double team. Wilkie comes over. Going to go to the hoop. Layup.
Oh.
No good. Isaiah Smith. Yep, he got fouled on the floor going up for the rebound. How many of you was pulling him down for dear life?
Wilkie's got his fingers in the honey jar, just able to stick in there and grab it out.
That's already the 4th foul of the quarter on the Crusaders. One more foul. They're in the bonus. Inbound, Isaiah Smith corner. Brings it out to the top of the key. Now McConaughey, they're doubling McConaughey. Isaiah Smith, 3-ball, sky high, up
just
and no
unlucky
good.
bounce.
Rebound by Braden Wilkie. Fight for it, lays out. He says, I'm strong, weight room.
He says, I'm bigger, I'm stronger, I'm taller, I've got the neon green cleats, I've got the swagger. You cannot play against me. We'll see Major
Pass
League.
inside, intercepted by Holder, up the court. McConaughey has to go back a little bit, lays it up, good! 13-4 game, Knights lead. The Crusaders have to call a timeout.
Braden Wilkie with the flex as he's walking off. They're flexing on the Crusaders right now. McConaughey is just looking smoother than a hot knife in butter.
I mean, whew. It's been a fun one so far. We're 4 minutes in, 13-4 lead in favor of the Knights. As McConaughey, hey, he's that guy, pal. He is that guy.
I mean, I'm saying minimum 17 points tonight.
I mean, you got to imagine 20 ball incoming tonight.
Yeah, I mean, when you're wearing the Cinco number, you're at least expecting 22.
I mean, just the aura of that number
Yeah.
5 uniform.
The culture, you would always hear every game, we want Cinco. Well, Cinco's here.
He's here, and he's here to stay. It looks like another sophomore is going to check in. That's Jeremiah Hall. Jeremiah, new addition to this varsity team, was kind of the lead scorer of
The JV.
the JV team last year.
JV team almost undefeated, right?
I mean, only lost about 2 or 3 games, but Jeremiah only stands at 5'7", but I mean, just, a nasty guy out there. He's going to get himself in the passing lanes, dive for the loose ball, and he's another one of those really good, just pure scorers.
And it's quite surprising, despite his frame, he is very physical. He doesn't care that he might be smaller compared to these other, shooting guards and these centers that he's going up against. It doesn't really matter. He's able to find his way in there. He's able to pick the pocket and just make those smart plays, but also those kind of riskier plays that pretty much end up working out in his favor because of how athletic he is.
13-4 game, 3:57 left here in the first quarter. The Knights set it up with a full court press. Hall's fighting for it. He's going to get it. Braden Wilkie, corner 3. The roof's going to come off this place if he got that one. Crusaders going the other way. Fast break. Layup. Blocked by Lake. Zach, get it out of here. Travel. Oh, my goodness. Major League on your head.
Swatted like a fly.
Woo-wee.
Swatted like a mosquito in July. Oh, my gosh.
I mean, Leak just got up there and pinned the ball against the backboard.
It's almost like he's going up there for the reception. He's just got the hops for it.
Bad pass by McConaughey. Going the other way. Tries to dunk it. And I don't think you got the hop for that one. I'm sorry.
No, I think Major League smacked him too hard in the head. He's still a little dizzy.
Going for the slam was James Phillip, the sophomore.
Ooh, he's a sophomore. Wow.
Yeah, sophomore just almost getting up there.
I mean, he seems like the most confident player on the court right now. He's been making a lot of their offensive moves. I don't think he's had any buckets yet, but he's had at least 3 or 4 assists.
McConaughey, Holder, no good. Bouncing around Crusader basketball. Pushing it up the court. Sean Gear with the ball. Around the top of the key, Crusaders working it around. Now with Cooper Ryan, guarded by McConaughey. Ryan, spin move, drives baseline, inside. And that's going to be a foul on Holder, but they're going to take that, force up to the free throw line, make him earn it.
Yeah, I mean, that's where it comes in. Holder, a dear friend of mine, he uses his frame to kind of just get in the way of those easy shots. He can get up there and just really almost block out an entire rim.
First one up and good by Cooper Ryan, the junior.
Especially in the nightmare. I mean, these free throws have to feel like a mile away.
I mean, feels like you're shooting it with a gummy bear,
I understand it now.
I understand it.
He does not.
He did not understand it there. Rebound by Holder, double team, and he'll find Jeremiah Hall. Knights going the other way. Major League will go in, layup,
Bang!
good.
Oh my gosh.
15-5 lead in favor of the Knights.
Major just takes the ladle and scoops it right into the basket.
2:51 left here in the third quarter. Intercepted. Holder drives in. Layup blocked.
Fouled.
He's going to get fouled.
What just a jumping play from Holder there.
I mean, Holder looks like a new man compared to last year. A lot more confidence, I feel like.
Last year I felt like Holder, again, the ball, he was a junior varsity player freshman year, came in sophomore, was not really used to the pace of the game. Now he just looks posed, he looks composed, he's able to predict the offense. right there, you know, it'll just turn over, and it's a turn of possession.
First one no good from Holder as we see Dean Roostrom coming in for Braden Wilkie, partially probably because of that injury of Jay Morgan. Roostrom, one of the taller players, listed at 6'3" on this roster. Second one by Holder is good.
Dean, I remember last year was known for his curly mullet. I don't know if you remember that on
I
the
do,
call.
yes.
It's one of my favorite calls every time he made. He had that deep three. That was that
Yeah.
NBA level three.
Steal by Holder. This full court press has been amazing tonight from the Knights.
Just locked down.
Jeremiah Hall to McConaughey head. In the corner, step back, no!
And he fires the arrow.
Bow and arrow right through the hoop. Nothing but nylon, Colin McConaughey head. Works it around. CTK with the ball. Ty Gorman inside to Cooper Ryan. Pull up Jay off the front iron. Friendly roll, no way. And it's going to be Lake Norman Charter ball. 19-5 lead here in the first quarter.
I mean, this is just incredible. You are seeing the offense fire on all cylinders. You are seeing this full court press just dominate. The CTK Crusaders aren't even having a chance to get down the court and possess. 5 points in a whole quarter. I mean, that is ridiculous.
I'm loving what I'm seeing so far tonight. McConaughey Ed to Carter. Yeah, Isaiah Carter in for the first time, his first varsity minutes of his career. Hall, shimmy, shake over to Dean Roostrom. And that is going to be CTK, or that's going to be CTK ball.
And Dean, I don't even, it looked like he signaled to coach. He wasn't even meant for that pass there. That
Yeah.
wasn't a part of the play, just caught him by surprise. But obviously when you're up by 14, you know, you can make those mistakes. Just
Can't
don't
let off the gas, though. That's what the
No.
girls did earlier.
You know, we're leading the fourth quarter, or in the first quarter by 9 and just ended up losing by 6, I believe.
Yeah. Good defense by Carter. Pull up Jay is good. Makes it a 19-7 game.
You see Jeremiah Hall dribbling up the court, right of the key.
Hall, crossover. Dean Roostrom in the corner. Pull up Jay. Dean Bean, air ball. Crusaders not going the other way. McConaughey had charged with the foul at his second one to watch out for.
Yeah. McConaughey, I think that sort of aggression that he might be used to in club ball does not translate to school. Obviously, different reps, different way that the game is called. And you see there already drawn 2 fouls. He's got to play it a little bit more conservative. You don't want him out of the game entirely.
Cooper Ryan brings the ball up.
You see Langston,
Crusaders working it around.
I mean, Langston on defense just locked down.
The layup, no good, but gets the foul.
Something that has really surprised me, though, is the Knights' defense. I mean, last year I felt like that was kind of their point of weakness, their Achilles heel. And this year, I mean, obviously they haven't even had a lot of chance on defense, but they've only scored 7. But
As something I just noticed, Kason Prospect coming in, that means the Knights have gone through 10 guys on the floor already tonight. A very large pitch, something that we didn't expect. We only thought 7 guys were going to go out there, the 2 guys off the bench being Jeremiah Hall, Langston Holder, but 10 guys here in the first quarter from Coach K.
I mean, he probably realized it's the season opener. You don't want to gas your guys out too quick. You want to play that long game, especially when they're already up by, well, now it's 11. But you don't want to gas your guys out for later in the game. You want to keep some gas in that tank. And with guys as athletic as this, it's pretty easy. It's like you're driving a Nissan. Thing's got 40 miles per gallon.
Carter in the corner, out to Hall, will drive in. Oh, up and under, no good, can't get it to go. Ball on the floor, Crusaders have it. 42 seconds left. Knights with that full court press. Cooper Ryan with the ball in the corner. That one rimmels, no good. CTK gets the rebound.
CTK struggling on these outside shots.
Cooper Ryan can't get it to go. Rebound by Carter, 24 seconds left. You gotta imagine Knight's gonna try to hold it for the last shot here.
And we'll see Carter has some of the better handling skills on the team.
CTK set up in a zone here. 13 seconds left. They're going to let Hall work here. 1v1. Let the man get his ISO. Kason Prospect now with the ball. Back to Hall. 6 seconds left. He's going to do something here. Hall crossover. 3 ball. Long one. No good. That's going to be the end of the first quarter.
And the Knights up 19-8, an 11-point lead in only the first quarter. They've been firing on all cylinders on their full court press, on their inbounds, on offense, on defense, doesn't matter. They look like a God squad.
A good first quarter for Coach K and company. 19-8, second quarter on the way here on the Langerman Charter Sports Network. Back here in Huntersville, 19-8 game in favor of the team in white. Trouble getting the inbounds. Cross court. Major League jumps the passing lane. Layup, no good. Rebounded by Braden Wilkie. Pull up, Jay up, no good. The Knights with some miscommunication right there.
He almost got the Garrett Wilson up there, just both feet sprawled and then one hand in the air. Both just athletic guys. We're talking about Garrett Wilson and
Major
and
League.
Major. I mean, on the football field, it's like they play almost the same way, just a deep route runner using their athleticism.
James Phillips, the sophomore, would go to the line to shoot two here.
Still cannot believe he is a sophomore. Wow.
Off the back iron, no good.
They're putting steel in his oats.
Definitely getting his Pedialyte in when he was young. Second one coming. It is good. And makes it a 10-point game. Kason Prospect will now bring it past the halfway line. Kason to Wilkie. Wilkie now hands it off to Isaiah Smith. Smith pump fakes. Now to Kason Prospect. Prospect to Jay Morgan. Corner three. No good. Rebound by Wilkie. Tipped around. Keeps it in the corner. He'll take the three. No good.
The headset fell
Lost
off
my
there.
headset there. Prospect three ball. No good. Can't get the second chance points.
Jeez. I mean, shooting these threes out of a minigun, it feels like. Just da-da-da-da-da.
The Knights not afraid to let it fly. Phillips hands it off. Now Ty Gorman with the ball. Over to Jacob Thompson. Thompson guarded by Prospect. Now over to Ryan. Double team, gets
effective
it out of
double.
there. Back to Phillips, being guarded by Isaiah Smith. He'll cut baseline, up and under. That's a good lay right there. A second really good one from James Phillips tonight.
Yeah, I mean, that's someone you got to look out for when they can get those hard-to-get lays. I mean, there's not much you
Good
can
pass. Wilkie up, gets the foul.
there's not much you can do as a defender against those types of lays. I mean, under the basket, just
Braden Wilkie will go to the line to shoot two. Wilkie, one of the best shooters on this ball club. I think this is a good test here. The Knights going to have to work without Colin McConaughey for the first couple of minutes of the second quarter with him being in foul trouble. First one good from Wilkie. Second one is good as well.
Wilkie just, very good off the foul line. Able to get those easy 2 points. I would say if I had to pick one word to describe Wilkie, he's reliable.
I was going to say consistent. Exactly, yeah.
Synonyms, you go to the thesaurus.
Kason Prospect back to Isaiah Smith, lays it up, gets fouled, he'll go to the line.
Jeez. I mean, and they'll just keep taking these fouls. CTK maybe got to slow it down. You're down by 10. It's already down by 10. But, you know, you're down by 10. You got to still play conservative. You got to play smart. You know, just because you're going somewhere doesn't mean you need to speed, you know?
Exactly. As the night started off kind of cold from the charity stripe, but have warmed up ever since. Smith makes the first, and he'll make the second. 23-11 game, 6:30 left here in the second quarter. Running the baseline and gets the inbound in. Inside to Phillips.
Just great
Working the
movement.
post game. Step back, no good. And rebound by Jay Morgan.
Able to keep it in.
Smith over to Leak. Leak now to Jay Morgan. Now Smith. Wilkie pump fakes. Drives in. Over to Morgan.
It's great movement.
Screen. Bounce pass Leak. Jab step. Leak motioning in the offense. Will drive in. Fakes the shot. Prospect in the corner. And over to Isaiah Smith. Smith the Leak. He has the three ball. The lefty strike is good.
Ain't no 2%. That's straight cream.
Leak with the three ball makes it 26-11. The Knights still hounding on defense. Drive in, gets his hand in the passing lanes as Jay Morgan, but it will stay Crusaders ball.
You know, that would have been great, but he was passing it to nobody there. But, you know, either way, heads up play by Jay Morgan. Obviously, he doesn't know that there was no one in that back corner. We'll see number 21 sub in.
Wes Redder, kind of some height coming to the game for the Crusaders now. The Knights have played great man-to-man defense so far tonight.
Just aggressive, able to predict what the offense is going to do.
As that's going to be a travel as he was walking to the bucket.
You know, you come in off the bench and you're just not ready for kind of the quick pace nature of the game, and then you just make an easy mistake like that, and then you're right back on the bench.
15-point lead for Lake Norman Charter. And an unforced turnover, the Crusaders ball. And Colin McCarty is going to be coming back in with 2 fouls. Can't pick up a third here in the first half.
I mean, God, he is just so fun to watch. I mean, whenever you're calling a game and you see him on that one-on-one, it's just, you know.
It's showtime.
You know.
Drives in, no good. Rebounded by Major League, shot the athleticism. Fast break will drive in. McConaughey, pump fakes, drives baseline. Wilkie, corner three. Can he get it? No good. Rebound, Crusaders.
But you see there, Wilkie misses the shot, is still able to come in and play aggressive on that inbound. I think that's really where the Knights are going to shine this year, is just aggressive plays. If you make a mistake, make up for it in the next one.
And I mean, they say, you know, if you're the one shooting the ball, you know where it's going to come off the rim. Yeah. And, you know, just getting your own rebound sometimes can really be crucial for a team.
And we want to shout out our cameraman, Landon.
Shoslick over there.
Just
been a great help. Getting a nice new camera set up with the tripod this year, making his life a whole lot easier.
I'm sure. And some new headsets. I don't know if you can tell. It probably sounds pretty crisp.
Very, very crispy compared to last year, for sure.
Yeah, really just every year trying to elevate the LNC Sports Network. And we thank you so much for listening.
Wilkie with the steal. Isaiah Smith, three ball, he's blocked. Oh, no. Gets the ball back, though. Smith trying to break the press. Over to Morgan. Morgan with the ball, spin move, and that's going to be a walk on Jay Morgan.
There could have been a little bit off the ankle. Maybe doesn't want to put as much pressure on it. Tried to maybe just spin off that foot one too many times. He just swatted that ball out of his hand.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, my Lord.
Coach Chet Korzinski will call a timeout. They'll take a break. We'll take a break alongside him. 26-11 lead in favor of the Lake Norman Charter Knights.
Be right back.
Back here in the second quarter, 26-11 lead for your Langerman Charter Knights. 4:30 left here in the second quarter.
Knights up 15.
James Phillips with the ball. Phillips hands it off. Crusaders working it around.
So far, still a relatively slow start. I mean, obviously it's 26-11, but with only
Oh, and Isaiah Smith's going to get with the call with the foul there. That one looked like all ball. As we do see a commenter, a former player, Christian Virgilio, talking about a little bit about the chemistry of this team. Obviously the team had a big family aspect last year and still this year with that family T-shirts they wear in warm-ups. But I feel like this team, so far tonight, Davis, they're just flying around on all cylinders. They're just all over the place. In a good way.
you want to talk about chemistry right now. This is AP. This is just, they're communicating. Defense is strong. It's aggressive. This is what you want to see out of the Knights team. They have the athleticism for it. Last year, I felt like that was something they were lacking, was that chemistry. And I feel like this offseason, they played that summer league. They were able to, kind of communicate. Coach K has done an incredible job coaching these guys throughout the offseason, and you've seen it translate to this first game.
Yeah, talk about chemistry in a test today. That was tough. Woo! Nomenclature is no joke. I'll tell you that much, Davis.
Yeah, I'm hoping the grades come back positive, but
McConaughey drives in good. That was positive right there. Easy two for the sophomore.
It's a good sign.
28-13 game. 4 minutes left here in the second quarter. The Knights' great full court press so far tonight, making CTK into some mistakes. Drive in, bucket's good.
You asked me if you want to take that test. I'm like, no, man. See what I did there?
I do, unfortunately.
We'll see McConaughey dribble it up. He looked at the clock to see how much time's left.
3:30, yep. McConaughey, Morgan, 3-ball, up, off the front iron.
Morgan, just a little bit of a slow start, probably due to that ankle.
Still kind of getting his feet and his cardio under him.
Yeah, obviously when you're coming off an injury, it's hard to kind of get back into the pace of the game. You may be you're overzealous. You think that you're healthier than you are, then you realize you're not.
Crusaders working their around. Good defense from the Knights. 3-ball, top of the key, no good. And good work right there. Major League on the defensive glass forces the foul. That's the third one of the quarter on the Crusaders.
And I'm not going to lie to you, Zane. If I was a Crusaders coach, I would stop telling them to take these long shots. They're getting beat on offensive rebounds. They're getting beat on these clears down court. And at this point, you want to just move the ball around, make smart decisions. And obviously the Knights are just beating them on every aspect of the game.
McConaughey had handoff. Wilkie, 3-ball, no good. Leak couldn't get there on the offensive glass. Crusaders going the other way. They have numbers. 3-on-2, takes it himself. And a foul.
The ref's pretty open with that whistle, I feel like.
Braden Wilkie will be charged with the foul there.
And Wilkie, someone who, again, we talked about was reliable. He was very consistent and doesn't really draw a lot of fouls, so that's pretty surprising.
Yeah, I got to think about Jay Morgan's knee as well.
Yeah.
Fought some bad injuries throughout the summer. I was actually talking to him about that during Halloween.
Really?
Yeah, talked about his knee injuries and just coming back from that. Something he had to battle both in the summer and in the fall league they played in.
And obviously that transfers into this season opener. It's just a little bit of a slow start. Won't dictate the season.
As it will stay Crusaders ball off the fingertips of Braden Wilkie.
Wilkie's trying to tell the ref, I didn't touch it. There was no... Get the blue light out. My fingerprints aren't on that.
Nonetheless, stays with the Crusaders. Phillips inbounding it in. Cross-court pass. McConaughey gets a tip on it. Up. And no good. Rebound by Leak. Knights going the other way. 2-on-2 fast break. Leak takes it himself. Layup.
Oh!
And it's going to be a charge.
Oh, my God.
It's a charge on Major League offensive foul. Leak was just determined bringing that ball to the cup, but a little too aggressive.
If I had to pick one word to describe the Knights tonight, I would pick aggressive. On offense, defense.
Especially defense.
On defense, it just looks like, and I felt like last year that was kind of where they lacked. They let people kind of have some easy shots. This year, they're not giving them any room to breathe.
Aggressive right there. Major League back-to-back steals. McConaughey going the other way. Outside, Wilkie.
A little bit of
over to Holder.
Miscommunication, but he
Holder,
made up for
3-ball, but that's two. He put it up.
He's holding up the three.
He's a shooter, and he feels a lot more comfortable in this offense last year
I mean,
than
if-
last year.
Am I?
Pump fake, good.
Not much you can do there on that fast
Yeah.
break. Obviously, you want to have that full court press, but sometimes if you get beat in the back, it's just hard to make up for it. You have all your guys pressing.
As Makania drives in, I'm telling you, Makania, when he goes to the cup, I mean, he's just got such a bag work that it's hard to stop him at the rim.
I mean, he just plays, and there's, for lack of a better term, a man possessed.
Yes. 3 ball, up, no good. I don't think Christ the King has made a 3 all night tonight.
No, but they'll keep taking them.
They will. Leak. Over to Holder. Now to Makania, corner, 3 ball. No good, short.
Short.
Kind of a surprise Holder didn't take that 3 after making that one. Jump ball, good work by Jay Morgan. It's going to go to the Knights.
And there you see Jay. You know, he is one of the most sneaky athletic players. I feel like a lot of guys don't realize he's even playing, and then he just comes in and makes that big impact play.
Really, a 5-tool guy can kind of do everything for your team.
For sure. Definition of the Swiss Army knife.
Ty Gorman comes in for Christ the King. Morgan, Wilkie, corner 3. He likes that spot. He likes it a lot. That's good right there. It extends the lead to 19 with 1 minute and 8 seconds left here in the second quarter.
Wilkes creaming the milk.
It's going to be a foul on the floor on Jay Morgan.
Jay just been having foul trouble this whole first half. I mean, obviously the refs being maybe a little bit too open with the whistle on a couple of these calls, but I just think the Knights' aggressive nature is, the refs will see that and they're like, well, we'll give them a couple.
And I feel like we saw that in the women's game too. The whistle was blowing a lot, but when it came to that fourth quarter, they really let them play.
Let them play, and if it's high school basketball, I feel like you should just let the kids play. Obviously, you
Nothing
don't want,
egregious,
Obviously, you don't want a forearm slap to the jaw, but if it's like something small where maybe a little bit of contact, obviously you're not trying to draw the foul. There's no intent. And a lot of the time, I feel like these refs just don't understand that, where it's like these guys,
You got to go by the book,
Yeah. I mean, they're coming out of math class, coming into play a full game, It's a little bit different.
Makania had step back 3. That's nasty. Oh, he can't get it to go. Jay Morgan on the rebound. Ball in the corner. Inside. Holder back outside. Roostrom. 3 ball. No good by Roostrom. 0 for 2 on the night shooting.
Roostrom definitely more of a defensive player, however.
Up and kind of a
He just
weird
gets-
lob right there.
Ooh.
But it worked. 36-20 game. Jeremiah Hall slows the game down. Knight's going to take the last shot here in the first half.
And I like the sound of that. Obviously, the Crusaders have gone on a, 4-point scoring
Yeah.
run so far. You want to slow it down. You want to put that momentum back into Charter's hands. And that's done by just drawing the clock out, letting them get the last shot that carries over into halftime. And speaking of halftime, if you guys have any questions that you want us to answer, towards the end of halftime, just let us know. Put them in the chat. We'll be happy to answer.
Roostrom, 2 seconds left. Floater, no good. Air ball. And you got to imagine why did Makania pass it there. But nonetheless, Knights have a 16-point lead, 36-20. And yes, as you mentioned, Davis, any questions that you would like us to answer during the halftime intermission, please drop them in the chat below. We'll be back with probably about 2 or 3 minutes before the third quarter starts. So make sure to drop it below. We love to hear kind of our input from our viewers.
If you want to ask questions about the game, if just in general, general
Just say
questions.
hello,
Yeah, exactly. We love the chat, back and forth. It really, makes our day to see you guys engaging. And I got to ask one question for our viewers. Who do you guys got tonight? Obviously, the big fight, Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson.
Drop that down below. Who do you think's going to win? If I had to put money on it, I had to go Jake Paul personally.
I'm going to go Jake Paul. I mean, I just don't think it's an even matchup right
No,
now.
I don't. We'll talk more about it when we come back, actually.
All right.
And we're back in just a moment right here from Lane Charter High School.
And we're back. The 2 minutes left in the half. Knights leading 16 by, it's a 36-20. We have Palmer Hayes asking the important questions here. Davis, can I get your favorite reptile? God, that's a tough question.
That'll get you thinking.
I mean, I love the gecko, but also the chameleon, you know? It's like, it's
Like
adaptive.
comma chameleon, you know?
Comma. It's hard to think about. Also, you got a good old snake. I mean, they're versatile.
They
they're
are.
cool. But I think I'm gonna have to go the chameleon.
Okay, I got one for you. Poisonous dart frog. I mean,
wow.
they're good. I mean, talking about good looking, them things are. I mean, they're colorful. They're
I mean,
colorful.
that's a pull. That's a pull there. I will admit.
I mean, if anybody go look it up if you don't know what I'm talking about.
They're the little blue ones, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, the multicolored.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we have another question.
From Stevie Parker, a great lacrosse player. Zane, favorite Knights basketball player. You know, all time. Got to go Christopher Gilly all time.
All
of
time.
course, you know.
You got to.
But I'd say on the current ball club, it's got to be a tie between Isaiah Smith III and I'm gonna go Drew Nelson. Drew Nelson,
Yeah.
just an underrated guy, a great locker room guy. You know,
Yeah.
Energizer bunny of the team.
And you know, you need guys like that on the team.
You got it.
do. I mean, you can't have winning teams without, you know.
The glue guys. You gotta have a glue guy.
You gotta have a glue guy, and you gotta have your little silly goofball in the
Yeah.
locker room. Gets everyone hyped up.
And lastly, my father saying Iron Mike for the win. Count on it.
that flex.
Flex. I mean, maybe a little gentleman's agreement when I go home to watch the fight with him tonight. Put maybe a little 20 bucks on it.
You know, something a little father
'Cause
son.
I'm pretty confident Jake's gonna win that. I think if Jake gets out of the first round, it's done for him. Mike's only chance, if he just comes out first round, guns up blazing, and just gets on him like a spider monkey.
Yeah, I think if Iron Mike just gets real close
Yeah.
and just hits him with some heavy body shots, both of them, I'm not gonna lie, do not look very conditioned for this fight.
They know, especially Jake having to move up to the heavyweight division for this fight.
He's fluffed. He's fluffed.
He's definitely fluffed,
So-
but more, mass equals more mass
Yeah.
behind that punch.
So I'm saying Iron Mike wins the first and second round, gets knocked out in the fourth.
The fourth, yeah, I'd say I don't
It's a
say
8 rounds.
I think TKO personally. I think the
Okay.
ref's gonna step in because I don't think Mike's got he's Iron Mike got that
Yeah.
iron chin.
I think Iron Mike's gonna say, stop the game.
Stop the hate.
Stop it. Jake Paul.
Oh,
That's talking to
goodness.
Landon Foshi in the stands. He claimed that Iron Mike used to bring old women and spar with them. Don't think that's really true. I feel like that's
I'm
more.
gonna need a fact check on that from Landon Foshi. 36-20 ball game, second half. Errant pass by the Crusaders. Thank you very much. We'll go the other way. Major leak to McConaughey. Corner three. Braden Wilkie. No good off the back iron. Rebound by the Crusaders. As, of course, Christopher Gilio, anytime. I mean, just, you know.
And I just want to shout out Christian. You know, he's at UNC Chapel Hill. It's a Friday night. You would think he'd be out partying. He's staying and he's supporting the nightmare.
Staying home and saying what's true to his heart.
And I love that. And I love you, Christian. We had a great time together on the lacrosse team. And again, top moment in LNC Sports Network history calling that game senior night.
Up no good by James Phillips. And Wilkie now past the halfway line.
Also had that assist on the senior night for lacrosse, I remember.
Spin move. Morgan gets fouled. He'll go to the charity stripe to shoot two.
Yep. And Morgan's only points of the night have come from the charity stripe.
Yep.
Again, talking to Noah McGovern in the stands, he called Jay a quote glass cannon.
Glass cannon.
He has the offense. He has that offensive power, but he stays injured, and that's what really Noah McGovern feels can hold him back. And he'll make that point though. The cannon's firing.
The cannon is
Boom.
firing. And yeah, just gotta. I mean, he's battling with that ankle injury. Kind of, you see the brace on that right ankle.
And I mean, that's just a testament to how bad he wants it. And he makes the next from the charity line.
I'm watching this on the way to a cocktail party. The fun can wait. I like that.
I love
I
it.
mean, you gotta put, Ellen Turner basketball before fun.
And,
Major League kept that ball in bounds. I don't know how. He is a magician. Corner, McConaughey, pump fakes out wide. Isaiah Smith III, he's got it. He's got an air ball. Air ball. Jay Morgan can't keep it in.
And we hope we're keeping it entertaining for you tonight, whether you're on your way to a cocktail party or you're just
or
sitting
just sitting
watching.
at home.
And this has been a great game so far. Knights up 18 with 6:55 left in the third quarter.
It's a 38-20 game. No scoring so far through the first minute and 5 seconds. As Christian Virgilio, freshman at UNC Chapel Hill, obviously non-alcoholic drinks at the cocktail party for
Yeah.
Christian.
Mocktail.
Mocktail party for Christian.
You know. But yeah, we appreciate all the viewers coming in, watching, whether you're commenting in the chat or whether you're just a silent viewer. Maybe you're watching a player, a family member, something
yep.
like that. We just appreciate you coming and spending, your Friday evening with us.
As it's been a fun one so far, especially if you're a fan of the team in white.
Yeah, if you're a Crusaders fan, I mean,
It definitely could have gone better for you, but
there's a reason they don't have a CTK Sports Network.
that is true. As the huddle will break, the 5 on the floor for Lake Norman Charter, Major League, Isaiah Smith, Jay Morgan, Braden Wilkie, and Colin McConaughey. .6:55 here in the third quarter.
We'll see number 1, Cooper Ryan inbound for the Crusaders. We go back to Ryan.
Knights able to set up in that full court press, trying to force a 10-second violation in the backcourt. But the Crusaders get it up. Good double team right there.
Great
James
double.
Phillips is just smothered. Wilkie on the floor, can't get the ball. Crusaders have numbers. Morgan in the passing lanes. Up court to Braden Wilkie. 1-on-2. Up and he'll get fouled. Go to the line to shoot 2.
He's trying to say, I didn't foul him.
I mean,
but
you got him
that
there.
was-
You got him there.
That's what we're expecting from Iron Mike tonight.
See, watching Jay Morgan from upstate New York,
Yep.
that's what I love to see.
That's-
It's just, the family members going out and supporting their kiddos. Maybe, it's a grandchild or, a niece or a nephew on, the men's or women's side.
Lake Norman Charter, it's not just in, the Cornelius Huntersville area. We span across the United
And
States.
especially upstate New York. A lot of teachers at Charter and a lot of family from
Big
the
Bills.
Buffalo area. I'd say half of the teacher population is a Bills Mafia.
And Malik, too.
Malik,
the
Coach
interim
K, I
principal.
mean,
Yeah,
yes.
Coach K, no conditioning if the Bills win. We love to hear that.
I mean, especially this year, they're doing pretty solid. Big
Yeah.
matchup against the Chiefs coming up.
That'll be big. That'll be huge.
Second one from Wilkie. Looking for the first points here in the second half from either ball club, and he'll get it. And then we got another one. Wilkie's grandparents watching from Myrtle Beach. Sturdy Myrtle. Braden Wilkie knocking down that one. And
Wilkie just having a great game so
He
far.
is.
I mean, he is such a
great
hard
shooter.
worker. Such a great shooter. Such a hard
great
worker.
kid.
I mean,
Funny kid.
Personally, I know Wilkie through Young Life, through other extracurricular activities, and he's just a great guy to be
Jay
around.
Morgan, corner 3, up. Oh,
Yes!
He gets a friendly home cook and roll.
And that just shows he's playing through that ankle injury. Does not faze him. I hope Linda, I hope Jeremy, you're watching and you're cheering for him as he just made that big play. Excuse me.
Phillips pump fakes inside, up, and good first points of the half for the Crusaders, but they trail by 20. It's a 42-22 game, 5:40 left here in the third quarter of play.
And at this point, the Crusaders just need to contain. And I don't know if they're going to be able to fire on that because the Knights are just playing.
I mean, only 22 points so far. The Knights' defense has been hounding. Wilkie
We'll see. They're really trying to slow this game down.
trying to get McConaughey involved. Free ball. He has room. He has space off the back iron. No
Deep
good.
three.
Rebounded by the Crusaders. Yes, very deep, but he has range from out there.
We've seen him make those shots before. Even his freshman year, he
Yes.
was making those shots.
3 ball by the Crusaders. Up, no good. Rebounded by Jay Morgan. Gives it to McConaughey. The Knights trying to work on the fast break right here. McConaughey, jab step, inside. Smith, leak, Morgan, top of the key. Beautiful bob movement. No good. Morgan can't get it to fall. Phillips going the other way. That's going to be a foul on Jay Morgan.
And Morgan there just kind of got in his way, didn't want to stop that easy layup, was able to kind of get in the passing lane just a little bit too aggressive.
As we see your father commenting about the fight tonight, Iron Mike over influencers, but
Ooh.
I mean, that is true, but Iron Mike, 59 years old, I mean, he's touching AARP age
Yeah.
range, you know?
I mean, if he didn't fight, that Social Security check would have cashed in for him anyway. So
But I saw the purse, Jake Paul, 40 million, Iron Mike, 20 million. I mean, both of these guys, they're both winners at the end of the day in their bank account.
Yes.
Isaiah Smith brings the ball up here, gives it to Braden Wilkie. Wilkie between the legs, back over to Smith.
We'll see Smith try to facilitate the game. Back to Wilkie.
Wilkie, 3 ball. He's been chucking them up tonight. Can't get it to go, and that's going to be a foul on the floor by Major League. Actually, I think it's going to be charged on Langston Holder.
Was it a push or?
Yeah, I think it was just a kind of a holding call, not being able to let him get the rebound.
And, you know, some more love for B. Wilkie in the chat. Stevie Parker, we appreciate
Yep.
everyone engaging. You know, it really just makes this broadcast so much more fun and so much more lighthearted, especially in a game that we're winning by this much. It's just, we really appreciate all the
Fun
love.
times all around. Inside, behind that CTK player, trying to work it around.
Tried to get his
Back
fingers.
up to the top of the key to Phillips. 4:19 left, 3-ball up and no good, as I believe they still haven't made a 3 all night. Jump ball, the arrow is in favor of the Knights.
Great play by Smith there. Smith, just a really, really aggressive player. He's a smart kid too.
He
You
is.
see it on the court, you see it in just the classroom in general. But he just has so much IQ for the
As
game.
Holder blocked right there. Crusaders going the other way. Phillips crossover, spin move. Good defense by Leak. Looking for a travel 3-ball here. Up, no good. Still nothing from behind the arc. Offensive rebound by the Crusaders. Fighting Phillips. Up and can't get the
Does
bucket,
not.
but he'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Thought he was going to get that and one,
Yeah.
but just unlucky bounce.
And thank you to Mr. Denson up in upstate New York for complimenting us on the broadcast, as we'll be live for every single home basketball game this season for the Lake Norman Charter Knights, so he'll be able to watch Jay Morgan and his senior campaign all year long.
And, you know, as this season develops, I'm really excited to see what the Knights have in store for us. We've got next week an away game.
2 away games.
2 away games.
Tuesday night at Community School of Davidson. Friday night at Pine Lake Prep. I bet the Nightmare will travel to go see those two, as the Knights lost against Pine Lake last year, looking for some revenge.
You know, last year at home was a great game. I remember broadcasting that. Just a lot of great plays. But this year with this,
Oh, Wilkie fouled hard, going to the cup. He'll go to the line to shoot 2.
and Wilkie's just one of the most consistent guys from the line here. I mean, this should be an easy 2 points banged out.
And shout out to Trevor Cook. Will the Knights score more points than Davis's Chem quiz grade today? I mean, they're at 42. Davis probably got like a
68.
68.
It was-
So they got some work to do, but I think the women's team scored more than your Chem
The
grade.
women's team did score more than my chem quiz. Thank you for putting me on blast, Trevor. I know you got that 91. I'm very.
Oh.
But I would like to point out I do have a point grade higher than you for this quarter.
Okay. So
So-
overall, Davis standing on business.
That's pretty much what's going on. But I appreciate the engagement, Trevor Cook.
Even if you're trying to, trash talk my co-analyst here. Come
and
on
you know,
now.
Trevor Cook committed to Wofford University for
Wofford,
baseball.
great baseball player, great pitcher, kind of two-way guy, also playing some third base on the baseball team.
Hoping to maybe commentate some of the baseball games
Hopefully,
this season.
if we can pay for some Wi-Fi out there. 3-ball up and good. Finally, Christ
First
the
three
King.
of the
Finally
night.
getting a 3. Up court, major leak.
Was that was number 13, Sean
Wilkie,
Greer.
3-ball good.
Hey,
He said
he
anything you
fires
could
back.
do, I could do better. Wilkie, gotcha.
Wilkie, he's just one of those guys where he doesn't like to be outperformed on offense or defense. He gets beat, it motivates him to play harder.
And shout out to the old Lattice Springs Coggins House School basketball tournaments. Shout out to Nick Coggins, great baseball player, UNCW commit, cousin of Trevor Cook. Obviously that Cook lineage, great baseball
Brandon
player.
Wilkie, deep
Wilkie,
three.
3-ball up, no good, can't get it. Wilkie
Unlucky
also a
bounce.
great pitcher on that baseball team.
Yeah. I mean, this is where you just see the athleticism, these dual sport athletes. Everyone on the floor right now is a dual sport athlete.
I mean, you got Wilkie, you got
Major.
Leak.
McConaughey is track.
Yes.
Jeremiah Holt, track.
Yep. And who we missing? Langston Holder is the only one that's not out there, but still, I mean, he's athletic enough that if
Yeah.
he wanted to, he could.
I mean,
Up and good.
I still remember Langston Holder. No one could stop him in 8th grade football. He was a beast.
Yes, he was. Up and no good by McConaughey. Asking for a foul, can't get it. It's a 20-point game. 2:15 left here in the third quarter. It's a 47-27 game. Up, air ball, tries to keep it in, gives it right back to the Knights. 3-on-3, fast break. Major League will drive in, looking for a passer, takes it to the cup. I'm strong, I'm big.
He's strong. He can get up there. I mean, it's just incredible to see. Even though this Knights offense is starting to slow down, they're not as explosive. They're still scoring points, and they're still holding.
Yes.
Like in the past, let's say 4 minutes, I believe they've held them to
How
5
many points
points.
did Christ have a halftime? I believe
22.
22. They had 5 points. We have 2 minutes left here in the third quarter. I mean, they're not hitting a lick of nothing here in the third.
I mean, this is just a testament to how locked down this Knights defense has
Yes.
been. It's showing that even though they're aggressive, it doesn't it doesn't, come back to bite them in the rear end.
Yes.
They're able to make those leaping plays. We've seen that so much, especially with guys like Langston Holder. They're able to be those stretch guys. They're able to stretch the offense out, to make them make mistakes, to make them not be able to run the plays that they've drawn up during practice. And when you get flustered like that, it's hard to score points, as we have seen in this game.
And especially when you're down in this game like we see Christ the King, is, it's just hard to come back from that and just get on the right track when you've been pushed off the wrong track.
Yeah, especially when you still have this oppressive Knights defense. It's like
You're just hounding.
Yeah.
It's like running away from a pack of gnats in a phone booth. They're just all
They're
around
all
you.
over.
Surrounding you, nothing you can do about it.
And we'll see Tristan English in the chat. Hey, Christian. And we'll see, hey, truly Tristan, a little inside joke from last year's lacrosse team. That's the other thing, is the locker room this season, I just felt like it's been so much more positive. I've been talking with Braden. I've been talking with Langston. These guys are just loving practice. And especially when you're playing like how you're playing right now, that just motivates everyone.
Good defense right here from Isaiah Carter. Holder in the passing lanes, can't get the ball. Crusaders very sloppy right now. Ball all over the
Maybe
place.
a kickball? No?
Yeah.
I
Close to the half-court line. Oh, he almost stepped on the line.
We'll see Dean make that stretch play, and it
Bucket no good. Rebound again by the Crusaders. Ball on the floor. This is very sloppy right now.
Crusaders just struggling. Number 13, Sean Greer, maybe a little bit unlucky with that.
Yes,
Number 13,
yes.
he's missed 2 of those offensive rebounds, just not able to create those boards into points.
I was getting outed by your dad now on the stream because that chemistry grade, something you have to walk into the front door to tonight.
Love you, Dad.
128 right now here in the third quarter.
It was a hard quiz.
Chemistry's tough, I'm not going to lie.
No,
Thompson up, no good. He'll get fouled and go to the line to shoot 2.
I studied for about an hour and a half on it too, so I thought I was in the clear.
Everybody has a plan until they get punched in the mouth by nomenclature.
Yeah, that's right. The
That's
no
what
man.
That's no man. No man knows
Yeah.
what they're doing in that class. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. But
Happens to the best of us.
we'll see Kason Pross sub in for McConaughey Head. We'll see him go to the bench. A guy who doesn't really come off the court a lot, probably just
No.
trying to get a quick sip of water.
Breather going into the fourth quarter.
Yeah, especially when you're up by
20 now,
20.
yeah.
Yeah. It's just you want to keep your guys fresh.
Yep. Especially long season ahead of you. Don't want to risk anything here in the early stages. Prospect, screen by Holder, skips the ball. Holder asking for it in the post, has leverage, and Holder is fouled. As it's been a fun night of basketball.
It's been great. This is a perfect season opener. I
It
feel like
is.
we're having fun. The team's having
I've
fun.
missed this, Davis.
I have. This has just been last year we were still working out some kinks.
Yep.
And we'll see number 2 for the Crusaders get that rebound, Ty Gorman. A Gorman who was on the women's team.
Yes.
Had the full family on the women's
Yes.
team. They must.
Wow.
That is a family that just plays ball. Pross deep 3.
No good. And Isaiah Carter, first varsity points right there on the offensive glass.
And that's what you love to see. You want to see the older guy, Pross, miss that 3, and then the younger guy, the newly appointed varsity player, able to just make up for it.
51-29 game, clock now under 30 seconds here in the third quarter.
And Dad, there are quiz corrections. I would like to preface that.
Clock now down to 15. Great defense right now by Carter. And he's going to get charged with a foul. Go to the line to shoot 2 as the Crusaders are in the bonus.
And we'll see Drew
Drew
Nelson.
Nelson checking to the game for
big
the final
motivator.
13 seconds.
And Drew Nelson, again, one of those guys, you called him an Energizer bunny. He's just kind of that ray of sunshine in the locker room where he as soon as he took off his practice little overshirt, everyone started cheering. He's one of the guys that you just love seeing getting in the game because he works hard during practice. He keeps it positive. Great kid to be around.
Indeed. Member of our lunch table every day, and yeah, great kid. Second of these 2 3 throws on the way. Up and no good. Lead stays at 21 for the Knights. Offensive rebound and good. James Phillips has been the best player for the Crusaders tonight for sure.
For sure. I mean, he's able to get those offensive rebounds and turn them into quick points.
Carter,
And,
3 seconds. He's going to have to chuck one up. Oh, had to get it off quicker than that. But nonetheless, the Knights lead 51-32. Drop your fourth quarter questions below, and we'll be right back as the Knights try to finish this one out.
Thank you so much. And we're back for the fourth quarter. It is currently 51-32. Zane's just coming right back up from a little break. We'll see number 13, Sean Greer, try to inbound it, get some points. He's stopped by Jay Morgan. And we have Stevie Parker. Landon Schlazerwick, what is your favorite ice cream flavor, Landon?
My favorite ice cream flavor, Stevie, is cookies and cream.
It's great, and we'll see.
I mean, Landon, that's a solid flavor. You know, you can't. I'm more of a cookie dough guy, but cookies and cream is definitely respectable, especially when you get those good chunks of Oreos.
And we'll see Sean Greer miss his first from the charity line. We'll see him take a second. And he will miss it again.
But the Crusaders, one thing I will say about them tonight, they've hit the offensive glass hard, and right there we see James Phillips with the 3.
And you know, even though they're hitting the offensive glass hard, that's just a testament to how aggressive the Knights playing is. They're able to still hold them to 35 points in 3 quarters, even though they're not winning a lot of these offensive rebounds.
McConaughey had shake and bake, sizzle, and he'll go to the line.
I mean, there McConaughey, you know, once he starts going down, it's almost just, if it's a one-on-one with a defender, you can just guarantee points added to the board. And right there, the only way they can stop him is to give him a little slap on the wrist. We'll see McConaughey make his first. And
Second one coming. It's a
see.
52-35 game, 7:32 left here in the fourth quarter.
we'll see a sub on the Crusaders. Cooper Ryan leaving, Jacob Thompson subbing in.
Yeah, you meant to say 86 on that quiz.
He did. And it's okay, Trevor. We'll talk about it. So.
That's a discussion for Monday.
And McConaughey will make his second on the charity line, will bring the Knights lead up to 28.
Euro step, Phillips, no good, gets his own rebound. And Morgan takes it out of his hands like a grown man. McConaughey, he's gonna slam it. Yo! Couldn't get it, no!
This place would have gone bazooka.
Bonkers!
And you see Jay Morgan
I mean,
slapping his hand.
Man, McConaughey had wanted that one.
He said, that's my bad.
Badly. Wow.
Excuse me, lead of 18, not 28.
Yeah, I was about to say, I was like, that's some shady math. You might want to check on that math grade, too. Ooh,
It's fine.
pre-calc.
AP.
That was, I mean, McConaughey, he got up there, but just couldn't get it to go. Double team, good for the Knights. Crusaders break the press. Corner 3, up, no good. Rebound, Wilkie. Knights have numbers.
We'll see the Knights doing a great job spreading out as they're coming down the court.
Leak
Jay Morgan.
inside. Morgan, he got fouled. No call. Morgan gets his own rebound. He's a big body. Inside. Big man. Don't get the foul again. Isaiah Smith fighting for it. Jump
There
ball
we-
and Knights ball.
There we go. I mean, that just is a testament to Jay Morgan and what a type of, cohesive player he is. He's able to make the shot, miss it, get his rebound, and able to continue to keep the play going despite some of these minor setbacks.
Smith to Wilkie. Long three. Oh. As Palmer talked about that 2014 Mustang to your father, any last comments potentially about that Mustang on the broadcast that you could get?
Not after that 68.
All righty. Crusaders with the ball. Layup. Good defense and a foul on Isaiah Smith III.
I'm very grateful for any car that my parents
If it
get
has
me.
4 wheels and it goes forward, it
Yeah.
gets you to point A to point B. That's all you can ask for.
Speaking of 4 wheels, this Knights offense has just been like a speeding Ferrari.
Like a 2014 Mustang, it's moving.
It's moving. Not 2014 Mustang's not that fast. it's only a V6. But yes.
Yes.
I mean, they have just been firing on all cylinders. They're able to keep possession on both sides of the ball. They're able to make up for these minor mistakes. They're able to uplift each other. This is something that we really wanted to see last year from the Knights team. And I just think Coach K has done an incredible job coaching these boys up. Number 3, Jacob Thompson with the easy 2 points, was able to get his own rebound.
Yeah, and Coach K mad there. You got to hit the defensive glass hard because the Crusaders have been winning that here in the second half. We'll take a little break. 53-37. Back here in just a moment from Huntersville.
And we're back. 6:20 left in the fourth quarter. Knights 53, the CTK Crusaders 37. It is Crusaders ball. We'll see number 3, Cooper. We'll see
Major League
for
inbound. Morgan getting double teamed. Leak to McConaughey. Now they'll slow it down a little bit. McConaughey crossover. Isaiah Smith.
clean
Jab step.
pass.
Wilkie. Pull up Jay. Good. I mean, Wilkie, a great shooter.
Wilkie, just one of those guys. You would think with his size, he would be more someone who would kind of muscle
Bang
in.
in the post.
Yeah, but he is
Stretch
he's-
4 for sure.
For sure. I mean, he is one of the guys who you can't leave him open outside, or else he'll be able to take
Make
those.
it pay, yeah.
Yeah, he's able to take advantage of those opportunities.
Good defense right here from Jay Morgan.
Slip of the fingers.
Double team. Knights have to get back now. Pull up jumper up. No good. Rebound by Leak. Up court to Wilkie.
Danny Dimes.
Wilkie up. No good. Gets fouled. He'll go to the line to shoot 2. Talking about Daniel Jones. Actually came up my memories in 2019. It was like this week in 2019. I took a photo with Daniel Jones at the
Really?
Davidson basketball game.
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
Davidson basketball game, another great team in the local area.
Yeah, they are. Starting 2-0 on the season. Have a game against Eastern Tennessee State University tomorrow. ETSU Buccaneers.
Got to get a little Sports Network crew out there, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. That'll be a fun time. We went to a game last year.
We did, and it was a great time.
It was a good time.
We'll We'll see Braden Wilkie shoot his second free throw.
56-37 lead in favor of the Knights. 5:30 left here in the fourth quarter of play. Up and good by Braden Wilkie.
I mean, Braden Wilkie will just not miss on the free throw line.
I mean, they're called free throws for a reason, and Coach K really emphasizes that.
I mean, they practice it, and then that obviously translates to the game. But I think there's a more likely chance of a lightning striking this building than Braden Wilkie missing a free throw.
Crusaders working it around. Drive in, kicks it out wide. Thompson, good layup. He has a good back going to the rim.
For sure. I mean, he's able to use his size, especially on defense, I've noticed. And he's able to kind of make that stretch. I've seen him almost guarding two guys at once at some points.
Leak drives in, tips away. Isaiah Smith up. Can't get the and one. But the Knights, I mean, almost like free throw merchants tonight. So just keep getting to the line. If the Crusaders are going to give it to them, they'll take it.
For sure, and especially for a team that emphasizes free throws so much, it's easy to just get those 2 points in the bag, replay, get the foul again, 2 points in the bag.
You're going to take them where they'll give it to you. Lincoln Charter picked 7 out of 9 in the conference by the Charlotte Observer coming into the preseason, but this conference is very open this year with Central Cabarrus currently on the longest winning streak in America, but they lost 4 Division I and Division II guys in total and their head coach to Cannon. It's a whole new ball club for that Central team.
And obviously, Coach K wants to take advantage of that. I think both the Lady Knights and the Men's Knights team this year for basketball could make a run deep into the playoffs and maybe have some high seedings in conference as well.
Wilkie hands it off to Smith. Screen right side. He has room baseline. Lays it up. No good. Gets his own rebound. Puts it up. Good. Isaiah Smith working some magic.
I mean, Isaiah Smith almost just like had a clone. He just passed it to himself, and he was right there for the rebound.
Off the foot of Major League, it will be Crusaders ball. 4:17 left in this game. Knights lead by 21.
And we'll see so far. I feel like the biggest statement throughout this game has just been, being able to adaptability. I feel like the Knights on both sides of the ball, there's no one who's an offensive powerhouse, but there's also no one who's just this defensive workhorse. And I feel like the fact that they have guys who can blend on both sides of the ball have really helped them so far this game.
Up, no good, rebound, and the Crusaders hitting the offensive glass hard again by James Phillips. Up court,
wide open.
Wilkie lays it up, good, friendly roll.
Just spinned around, wanted to give the ring a little one-timer.
Step back 3, James Phillips. He's tough. He's a hooper.
Yeah, for sure. And you said a sophomore, right?
Yes, he is.
Yeah, I mean,
big kid as well. Probably stands about, 6'2", 6'3".
Yeah, I mean, you can tell he's kind of the facilitator this whole game. Offensive, defense. He's the one guarding Jay Morgan so far, who was expected to be one of the best guys coming into this game.
Wilkie gets the rebound and gets fouled.
That was Phillips.
Yes.
Fouled him.
4th foul of the quarter, so the next one the Knights will be in the bonus.
We'll see Major League inbound.
Zachary Walsh coming into the game for the Crusaders. A good crowd out here at Huntersville, both from the home and the away fans.
For sure. I mean, you especially saw that during that women's game, the CTK stands were packed.
Really active, yes. As the student section chanting, we want Jordan for the new senior, Jordan Charlie, just coming to Charter this year.
And
up top to McConaughey.
Obviously trying to prove himself, sounding a little bit like the We Want Cinco,
yes,
but doesn't ring the same.
McConaughey, good moves.
Great
Leak.
move.
Smith, bounce pass back to Leak. Wilkie drives in, has the link and one. Braden Wilkie, get this guy a map.
You can't bring him down, because if you bring him down, he'll come crawling right back up.
Asking if I signed out today. That's actually a joke on Palmer for getting in-school ISS for not signing out, going to a CPCC class.
Just a constant reminder with the new sign-out system to make sure you're signing out.
Make sure you're signing up, or you might be stuck in a room for 7 hours all by yourself.
God, and that just does not sound fun.
It does not.
But hey, if you are stuck in that room, maybe you can tune in and watch some LNC Sports Network broadcasts.
Well, you know what is fun is this lead tonight for the night, 65-44.
Very
3 minutes
comfortable.
remaining.
And I love the fact that even though they're up by 21, they are not letting up the gas.
Pedal to the metal.
They want to make that statement win as their season opener. They want the fans to feel that electricity, to say, hey, we have a shot this year.
Yes. The fans are very adamant that they want Jordan. McConaughey drives in and to the bucket. Colin McConaughey, I mean, when he gets a full head of steam going to the cup, and it's hard to stop.
I mean, and you see at this point, the crowd doesn't even react.
And Jordan's coming in, and Drew Nelson, you love to see it.
And you see the crowd just erupt.
Jordan Charlie, as I mentioned, a new addition to Lake Norman Charter this year. He had a really good summer campaign, cooled off a little bit in the fall, but we'll see what he has to offer right now.
Just seems like a very athletic kid. Obviously, he didn't play football, but you can just tell from his build, from the way that he composes himself, that he's ready for this varsity debut as for Lake Norman Charter Knight.
Yeah, talking to Drew Nelson earlier, you know, he's just a kid that's very fast and all over the place, and you know, in a good way.
Seems like a bundle of joy too.
Dean Roostrom on the steal, going the other way.
Passed it to the other team.
Yes.
Number 13, Cooper
Costly
Greer.
mistake by Dean Roostrom.
It'll cost him
Floater.
two. No, it won't.
No good. And it's going to be off the Knights.
Unlucky bounce for Cooper Greer. Seems like a very composed player.
Still in negotiations for the Mustangs, so, hey, it ain't over till it's over.
The fat lady has not sang.
She is not.
But it has sang for this game, I feel.
I fear for the Crusaders, yes.
21 with 2:18 left.
2 and some change. Oh, that's got to be a charge. Yes, it is.
Was able to
Kason
get that
Prospect.
foul. Kason, someone who was a big impact player coming off the bench last year. He had a couple games where he was just on fire, was just electric. And we'll see Jordan get the ball.
Yep, passes to Dean Roostrom. 3 ball, he likes that spot.
Yeah!
Yeah, he does. Dean Bean, 3 ball.
The curly mullet is back in action.
It is.
I feel like Dean will just have one of those every couple games where it's a deep 3, crowd erupts.
Yep.
He's a very likable kid.
Carter, good defense. Drives in, up, no good. Crusaders up with it.
And Drew Nelson just
Yeah,
gets
just couldn't
beat
get
on
the rebound. A minute 50 left. Charter leads 70-48.
Drew Nelson.
Thinks about it. Will drive baseline. Oh, good move by Drew Nelson.
Great
I like
move
that.
by Drew.
I like that. I like
Making
that.
the most of his time on the court.
That's what you got to do. The minutes that coach is going to give you, you got to make do with what you have.
You got to show, hey, we might be up by 24, but that's not going to make an impact on how hard our effort is going. We're still going 100 miles an hour. We're keeping the gas on and we've got the warm the buses chance already.
Not a far ride for CTK, but
No.
we'll feel pretty long.
I was about to say, not a far ride, but a long ride. And I'm sure it'll be a quiet ride too.
Up and good for the first one.
See number 4, James Phillip, the sophomore. Made his first. He'll make his second as well. That cuts the lead down to 23.
Carter with the ball. Crossover behind the back. Gives it over to Drew and Charlie. Charlie. Dean Roostrom, another one. No good off the back iron. Rebound by Kason Prospect. Jordan, Charlie, he likes it. Oh, no good. Rebound by Carter. Puts it up.
He'll get it.
Good offensive rebound right there.
He's just been on fire with
He
these
has.
offensive rebounds. He's had at least two or three just from these overzealous kind of three-pointers. He's able to use his frame and just get it right back up
Pretty
into the
solid
net.
frame, 6'2", 150. Corner 3 up, no good. Rebound by the Crusaders.
See Jordan just hammering on defense.
Like that 3 right there.
Crucial 3 to cut the lead down to 22.
As you just got to build something if you're the Crusaders, you know, leaving this game.
For sure. You want to just go out saying, hey, we didn't give up. And,
Bad pass right there. We'll give the ball back to the Knights.
We'll see Prosp. Papa J.
The one, the only. Saw it posted to Lake on a story. We really appreciate that, of course.
We appreciate all the engagement, as I said before. And that'll be an easy 2-lay
Now a
for-
20-point game.
for number 12.
Number 12 being Colin Ryan, the junior. 34.4 seconds left as the Knights look to ease to a first game victory.
The Lady Knights obviously falling short after an electric first quarter. I think they lost by 3. And we'll see the men's night team just pick it up and be able to kind of
Oh,
put
good
the
steal
lights
right
out
there
on
from
him.
Drew Nelson. Up court, Drew to Charlie. I mean, he would have to be 10 feet tall to catch that one.
Yeah, I mean, maybe if they still had Christian, but sadly he's not on the roster.
Clock now at 18 as the final seconds wither away for this Knights win.
We'll see Dean Roostrom with the rebound.
Fighting for it, holding on for dear life as the arrow favors Christ the King.
Overall tonight, great game by the Lake Norman Charter Knights. Both teams actually, even though the Lady Knights lost, I felt like they looked incredible
A
on
lot of
offense.
improvement compared to last year.
And the Knights, the men's Knights team, I mean, it has just been a completely different story, I feel like. Last year, felt like they were a little bit more slow coming off the bench. They had trouble staying motivated. And this year, I mean, it just looks like we're watching a completely different team, a completely more motivated team.
Roostrom now with 2 3 throws to add to his tally. First one is good.
Dean with, I believe, 7 or 8 points on the
Yeah,
night.
pretty solid showing coming off the bench. Second one is no good.
And we'll see the Crusaders trying to cut the lead down a little bit more, make it look a little bit nicer on Max Preps.
Does. And that will be all for the game. Final score, Christ the King 58, Lake Norman Charter Knights 76.
And we thank you so much for listening. This has been a great first broadcast.
Such a fun night.
And we hope to just come back and be able to deliver every home game for you guys. We're glad that you guys are watching all across the U.S.
Yes.
We're glad that we can give you this broadcasting opportunity to be able to watch your family members or watch your friends or even just tune in for a good time. So thank you so much for tuning in. This is David Solensen signing out.
And for me, Zane Metz, I want to say thank you very much. Make sure to subscribe to us here on YouTube. Turn on post notifications to be alerted anytime we go live. Your final score here from Huntersville, Christ the King Crusaders 58, Lake Norman Charter Knights 76. That's all she wrote here in Huntersville.